Hey everybody, welcome to Popcorn Planet. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. We are live, and it's Thursday night. That means it's Popcorn Planet Live, and I got some great guests, and we're back talking Gina Carano versus Disney. Things are getting crazy out there. A lot of reactions and people angry. We got the woke Star Wars fans. We got versus cancel Disney Plus. I've seen a lot of people doing it. It can't help Disney right now, who just literally had their Q1 earnings call and having to talk about their 60% decrease from last year. This couldn't have been a good thing to have to tell all their investors, but we'll talk about that lots more. So happy to have all you guys in the building. Thanks for joining us tonight. So happy to have three special guests here now. I may have some more guests popping in as the show goes, but let's see who's in the building. So far, awesome to have. Here we go, a gallery view. Hey guys, welcome. We got Adon, our regular, my man. What's up, Adon? How you been?
Good to be here, my man. Happy to be a part of the cast tonight and see what we're gonna discuss.
Yeah, lots to discuss. Joining tonight, so happy to have LB from Lonely Banter. How you doing, man? Welcome back to the show.
I'm wonderful, man. Thank you for having me back. I look forward to speaking with you all and entertaining your audience.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing your thoughts on this too. And joining for the first time, a true conservative. Can I call you that? Can I say that? Mr.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's a thing.
Mr. Tim Young. I love it. From Patriot Radio over on XM. He's been nice enough to have me on. I'm like a liberal now on that channel. It's nice. We get to have like civil conversations though, which is great. I love having all sides here and talking. So welcome to the show, man. Good to have you.
Yeah, you know what's amazing is that I think we meet on more issues than one would think.
It's common when people actually have conversations with people, they realize, oh wow, it is different. But yeah, no, the California bubble really messes you up, and you think, no, they're evil. I will admit, I never cared that much about politics, to be honest. So I just sort of was like, yeah, okay, whatever the people around me care about, I'll just do what they think, and I've regretted that because
I didn't either. I didn't care about politics either.
And then I think also just as you get older, right, you just start realizing, well, this is actually important, and you have kids and stuff. You're like, yeah, wait a second, I get it. Well, awesome. Good to see everybody in the chat. There is you might notice up top, I'm trying to do next week, before we get into the topic, next week I'm going to try and prep the roast of Andy Signore as the end of cultivation of a week-long fundraiser that I'm trying to raise because, as you can tell last night, my computer is crapping out. I'm going to match whatever donations I get this week, hopefully at least get to that $1,000 from you guys, entice you guys so I can upgrade this computer and some other stuff that will give you guys way better picture quality, sound, everything. So if you guys tonight will help me reach that goal, you'll see it up top there. Everybody in the chat, mods, help me. Let's do that. You can do it through Cash App. That won't be added. I'll add it to the Cash App later, but Streamlabs and Super Chats should be automatically added to that. So thank you guys so much for the support that you've already been doing it. All right, so let's get into this topic of Gina Carano back in there. Everybody's talking about this. I didn't want to keep repeating myself and beating a dead horse, but I think it's an important issue, and I want to get the guests here since I've heard a lot of my thoughts. I'd love to start and sort of hear your thoughts. Tim, let's go with you. Tim, what have you? I mean, I've seen your reactions. I know you're angry, but let's share the audience's sort of your overall feedback. I think everybody's up to date on this story. The real quick version: Gina Carano has been fired due to insensitive messages she said. Personally, as I've said before, I think it was just a poorly worded, stupid thing she said. But I think what she said is proving exactly what just happened. I've seen her other castmates and other people at Disney say worse things. And so what's really frustrating me even more is just the hypocrisy of not following through on apparently these social media guidelines that they fired her for. But that's the quickest update. But Tim, I'd love to go to you first, then we'll go around the horn. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, listen, I wouldn't have any thoughts on it. I wouldn't be bothered by it if there wasn't a double standard with things. I mean, if you're going to compare things to Nazi Germany, you can take a look at what Pedro Pascal has tweeted in the past and what other people who work for Disney have tweeted in the past, and everything was Hitler and Nazi when they talked about Donald Trump for 4 years, regardless how true or not that was. I wouldn't have a problem with it if it was universal across the board. If you fired everybody for that kind of stuff and speaking hyperbolically, then yes, that's fine. If you don't fire anybody for it, then that's fine too. But when you're clearly going after one side of thought and one side of political opinion, that's a problem for me, and it should be a problem for everyone. But on top of that, who really cares what celebrities have to say? Like, if they're good performers, let them perform. I don't really like. I'm only bothered by it again on things across the board because of the hypocrisy involved in it and the two-sidedness of this. It should just be like either ignore them or fire them all. Nothing other than that.
Well said, and bravo. We are. Look at that. See, it already went up there. $50 from Marcus. You are the man, Marcus. You just gave in, so thank you. Also applaud. I agree with everything you said, Tim. But Marcus, my man, thank you for that big upgrade in the beginning. It interrupted you a bit, but it was a quick statement. Marcus, my man, you were the best. And Jen McMahon also stepping up with a 20. It should go in there. I hope it does, Jen. But clearly the Streamlabs is the quickest way to make that that thing go up. But I will factor your 20 into that. So thank you both. That's very generous. Amazing start. Keep it coming, guys, as we give you the fire content. But Tim, you're totally right. The hypocrisy to me is the problem. And I'm curious, do you see, because a lot of like, I don't want to make this political, but I see a lot of people like don't even want to give like, no, she didn't say anything wrong. Can you see though sort of the stupid phrasing of it? Do you see anything wrong with what she said to work for Disney?
How so? Like, and what she actually said?
Yeah, like, well, what she did. To be clear, she didn't say anything. She shared.
He reposted that post about
correct
how you otherized. It was a hyperbolic post about comparing the American left today to Nazi Germany. In that, and hopefully you'll find the post there.
Yes, it's coming while you're talking. Yeah,
I'm surprised it didn't come up first. Honestly, with everything that's been going on.
We'll get to this one too, but yeah, go ahead.
In that, you know, if you otherize people, then it could end up being like Nazi Germany. Look, people can take offense to it. I really don't like the calling everybody a Nazi thing because it diminishes how bad the Nazis were back in the day. I think it's too much. I think a lot of people, you know, a lot of my friends still have grandparents who survived the Holocaust, and so it really kind of demeans that experience. But I mean, again, if you look at it hyperbolically, which is making it as exaggerated as possible, she's making a point that I don't think is wrong. I just think it's wrong maybe that we keep beating this drum of everything I don't like as a Nazi.
Yeah, well said. LB, let's go back to you now. What are your thoughts on sort of what we have and what's going on so far?
For me, I line up with what Tim said at the beginning. Like, honestly, I don't care. Like, it's just so stupid to me. It's just like, look, man, Gina Carano is an adult. You know, she knows who she works for. She's sharing content or whatever she's doing, and it's like, okay, whether they fired her or say like we're not bringing you back, it is what it is. Like, you know, people are going crazy over this. This is like, look, she's an adult. She made a decision to share this stuff, and it's just like, I feel like a lot of people are going crazy over nothing. And also going crazy because it's the cool thing to do and say, see, Disney's this, Disney's that. It's just like this and like when Tim and you were saying this hypocrisy, there's hypocrisy on like both sides and all over. And it's just like whenever something happens, it depends on what your personal feelings are. It's like you pick a side and you run with it. And this is the latest hypocrisy that I'm seeing as far as this cancel culture nonsense that people like to talk about.
I mean, it's not nonsense. Come on, LB. You do believe in cancel culture, right?
Cancel culture goes both ways. Like, a lot of people claim the left does the cancel culture, but the right does the cancel culture. It's just.
What is the right canceled?
Okay,
James Gunn.
Here's an example.
Oh yeah, that's right. But he's back.
He's back, but they did try to cancel him.
Like, I know this is not political, but let's make a perfect example. Liz Cheney. Like, they censored her and all of this stuff because she stood up for what she thought was right as far as the impeachment thing. There's an example. They're trying to cancel her. They don't want her to be her position in the Republican Party anymore.
Well, it's different because you can vote people out. It's not like getting rid of somebody's job. I think that when we look at it, like it's one thing if it's like entertainment or somebody like, you know, I don't like what the guy at the Starbucks said, so we should get rid of him. But in politics, I think that's you're allowed to cancel politicians. I think we should be encouraged to cancel politicians we don't like.
Yeah, well said. LB, before I get to Adon, anything else you want to add there? I mean, it sounds like your statement is like you just don't care enough about this one. She's an adult, and I don't think you're wrong. Like she had to have been warned. You know, she had to have been warned, and that is a reality of repercussions and accountability happens if you say you're working for Disney and you want to start comparing things to the Holocaust. You should know that's going to ruffle some feathers. So I don't disagree with that part of it.
Right. I mean, for me, it's like we don't know the conversations that she had with Lucasfilm and Disney as far as this stuff. She could have been warned. She could have. And it's like, okay, you're still going at it. The final straw. It's like, man, Disney's a publicly traded company. They have shareholders and stuff. It's like, look, man, you can feel free to say whatever you please, but it doesn't mean you can't suffer consequences. And like, man, it's like,
can I just say, you made a very, very good point there. We don't know what her conversations were internally, and to be honest with you, with what she's doing right now, she will make so much more money on the conservative circuit than she ever would in Hollywood for what she just did and
It's
getting canceled
true.
by Disney. Like,
It's so
this
true.
could be a very good business move.
No, but I've been thinking like, well, no, she lost the. I bet you it wasn't paying that much. And the reality is, she's now going to be a conservative hero on that circuit, where people are going to want to talk to her, have come speak, have her
She'll
do
be in
like,
every Scott Baio
my-
movie ever.
right.
No, but not even that. I think there's gonna be a lot of rich conservatives who just want to pay her to like be there and be at their
Right.
conventions and stuff. Eventually, yeah, she's no joke.
I mean, I made a video about it, and I said Gina Carano will be okay. So everyone that's beating the drums about this is just like, man, she's going to be fine. Like, you'll find something next week to be angry about. It's just like, man.
Well, I mean, you're right, and it's encouraging because I was one of the questions I was going to ask. What does she do next? But I don't want to I don't like people who just say, "Oh, it's not a big deal." Like, I've been there. Granted, she has a lot. I assume more money and access, and she's more famous than I was when I was canceled. Granted, but there's still an emotional toll that hits you when everybody starts turning their back, especially potentially your coworkers and everybody, because they're afraid to, because the Disney brass are never going to work with them again. There is a lot to it that I don't like people just sort of shrugging away. Now, I think she will. She'll do okay. I did okay. We all do okay if you're strong enough, and clearly she is strong enough. But you know, I do think it takes its toll. You know.
Right. I get what you're saying, but it's like, for you, it's like, I know you're just making up an example, but like for you, it's like some legitimate stuff. Like, this here is social media stuff. Like, she should have known better, or maybe she didn't. Like, no one's telling her to go around posting fake things. No one's telling her to do this and say this. And it's like, and people are saying like, okay, this is what she said is not a big deal. Like, and I keep telling people, like, who are you to tell people how they should feel about what someone said? Like, who are you to tell a Jewish person that this is not a big deal?
Well said. Good point. All right, Don, I want to get you in the mix. Sorry, what's your thought on all this?
Listen, for me, everybody's on point with the fact that the hypocrisy is the very first thing that everybody disagrees with. We all agree on that part. You know, if I come in from working in environments where I've witnessed that, where some people will get singled out, and then some people don't get singled out for doing the same thing. I've always been the mindset, like, if you're going to put a policy out there, you got to stand by it 100%. And it doesn't matter who it is. If they F up, they F up. And that's what that's going to be. And you make a message out of that. Now, in that regards, for her, listen, you're going to be the new face on a program, and you're going to be for Disney, and you're going to be on a Disney, you're going to be, not even say Disney, you're going to be on a kids streaming network, which that's what Disney Plus is. You're going to be watched by everybody. And that to me is just common sense. If you're going to put stuff out there that could possibly remotely just be on someone's bad nerve or anything like that, then there is going to be a possibility you're going to say something that could offend somebody. And if it was me, I'd rather just remove myself off the internet and just get off the social media, because there's always going to be something of that nature. Now, could what you say be over offensive? Yes. What she said, I didn't look at all her tweets, but so far I didn't see one that really offended me myself. But that's me. That's me. And LB, you said it yourself. You know, who are we to decide what other people feel? You know?
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead.
No, sorry, I didn't mean. You're right, and it's like the big one that keeps being shared is this one. But there was another one where they like tried to show one of her. I think it was a picture of a guy like. Meanwhile, in California, and the guy had like 8 masks on his face. I'm sorry, I found that funny. I don't think that's cancelable. But a lot of the trades and everybody were sort of using that as like, she's, you know, how anti-mask, how dare she? And that's just, it just shows how ridiculous it's getting. Like I'm gonna find the picture because it's insane to me that was lumped in with this one. Like, I understand why this one upset people. I think the comparison was wrong, and this one to me has a question. But I'll be honest, this one's worse, and this one came from Pedro Pascal. Like, I don't like this comparison that all Trump supporters are this. And
Yeah.
you know,
no, that one I agree. I saw that one and I did not like that one.
He's like getting away with this, and this is not, it's not the first he's done. He's done a couple of these types of things, and I think this stuff is really dangerous. This is what has turned me more of like it opened, not this specific, but this idea of the left always going to strictly call all conservatives racists is not true, and it happens all the time, and it's gonna make them worse. It's gonna make them pissed off. It's gonna make them angry. It's gonna make them, you know, do things that we don't want them to do, because they're gonna get fed up because they're not that way. And I think it is something we got to be more careful of, and it's frustrating because look, this is a double standard. How can you not? How can you? He did another one where he was comparing immigration, right? It was kids like behind a cage, but I don't even think it was. Someone told me it wasn't even what it was. The image was wrong, but he was comparing the Holocaust to the immigration policies. And it's like, come on, Disney. They're so all over the place, right? And as I said in my previous video, they were shooting in detainment camps for Mulan. It's like the hypocrisy has no ends. They on top of that, they had other guys who were like wanting to kill the children of MAGA supporters, like some Disney producer, like. And then even what's her name, Christina Ariel, who was getting bullied, and she was. And then they come out to defend her immediately, even though she said some things that clearly upset some people. But no, that doesn't count. But then they ignored Gina Carano's bullying, and it's like, well, you've been warned, even though it's pissing me off. So I don't want to keep repeating myself. I've said a lot of this, but the reality is what's going to happen, what happens next. Now, what's frustrating is my thing is wrong, and I don't know why, but David March, I just saw. David March just gave $250. Holy moly. That deserves a round of applause. Bravo. My investor level supporter, David, stepped up. Thank you. I don't know. I guess he did it through just PayPal way to make sure I got it officially. So thank you, David. My God, that's amazing. Big donation that will help get a long way. So we're already at $300, and it looks like another $40 through there, and it looks like another $40 in chats that I'm going to go through. But for some reason, the stupid thing works. If you use the Streamlabs one, you'll make the green go up. But we've already gone very far up, so keep it coming. I will give you a tabulation at the end. But David March, put it to good use. I will, sir. Thank you so much for that support, and all of you have been super generous. I'm going to go through all your donations, the rest of it in a minute, but I had to stop to call out his amazing support there. What I want to talk about, though, as we start this, and then we'll clip it and we'll get to all your supporters, guys. Thank you. What does she do next? And do we think that the cancel Disney Plus could actually be effective? For those that don't know, they did have a Q1 earnings call today, and I imagine that was part of the conversation. But you'd think a company like Disney would have had enough accountants and people to like sort of do the math to say, all right, well, what do we expect this is going to hit us as, and is it worth it in the end? Well, yeah, we have to. It's our brand. I'm curious thoughts around. Going to you first, Tim. What do you think? Do you think the hashtag cancel Disney Plus that I have here? Do you think that can make a dent?
No, I don't think it makes a difference. Look, I've been in conservative politics and politics in general for the last 20 years, and I've never seen a single one of these cancel or boycott things that has made a difference on anything, at least long term. You know, even though they might lose a couple of subscribers now, it's not going to make any difference. And as far as what Gina does next in her career, it's make a shit ton of money. She's going to make a ton of money. She's going to make way more than what she made at Disney. She already did the Babylon Bee podcast yesterday, and she is lining herself up. I'm sure her team has gotten together on this. She's no dummy, and that's why, you know, when LB made that point earlier about like about like what her future would be and stuff like that. Like I just think automatically, like if there was a plan of her, like if she was warned and then she did it on purpose, I would have advised a client to do it. I would have done it if I took a look at all the options that I had in this scenario. So I can't fault her. Plus, you know, we can't forget that she's got all that sweet American Gladiators money, man. She's got that 2008 American Gladiators run.
Oh my God, did she do that? How did I forget that?
Man.
American Gladiators.
How did I forget that?
I was so upset when they canceled that show. I loved that shit.
I loved it. Yeah. How did I forget that? Wow. Yeah,
that's true. Helga. Did they get paid well? I don't even know.
No. Extra
I just remember
like
Wolf
to show up.
It wasn't like Wolf was one of the guys.
Her name was. I think her name was Crush on that season.
Yep.
Wow, you're right. How do I forget? Was that that was before the MMA days?
Yeah, no, she was.
No, it was after the MMA for sure.
It
She
was like 07, 08 around that time.
I tweeted at her about that the other day, and she actually acknowledged it. I was like, I tuned into American Gladiators and watched her like ragdoll these tiny women. It's really entertaining to watch.
Is.
Honestly, if you guys have, and I don't get paid for this clearly, but if you have Pluto TV, they have an American Gladiators 24/7 channel, and like you can tune in and
24
watch.
hours of it? Wow.
Yes.
Here it is. Sorry, let me get the higher res. Yeah, now you're totally right. Sorry, Gina, I totally forgot. But now that you show me this, I absolutely remember it because I was watching that show, and yeah, she was gorgeous and kicking serious ass on that show. That was a great show. The original show and the remake was still fun. I watch the Titan games now. Have you watched that, Tim? The Rock's version of it. It's not terrible, I gotta say.
I only watch my free TV on Hulu. Sorry, not Hulu. Pluto. I've really been into Baywatch lately. If you ever want to kill yourself.
Wow. Yeah, that's a very repetitive show. Good for Gina, American Gladiators. Yeah, there's Wolf. That's who I remember. Wolf was like he was in all the promos, like rah, with his like mullet hair. LB, what do you think? Do you agree with Tim? Do you think hashtag movements can work?
Look, man, I think we're all smart enough to know this is Disney. Come on, man. No, it's not going to work. And all of these people that claim they're canceling Disney, I guarantee you, most of them did not have Disney Plus in the first place.
Or they got it for free through Verizon.
Let's be straight up. Like, these people are the same people that's been crying for 3-4 years about The Last Jedi, claiming Disney's going to burn to the ground and Disney's doing just fine. The stock price is like $190 right now. They'll be okay.
Yeah, no, I mean they're going to be okay. You're right, but they're definitely, this pandemic has not helped them in the slightest.
Yeah. See, you mentioned that. Now, like, I know that, like, we know this. We're smart people. Right? We know the pandemic has an effect on what Disney is making, but a lot of people don't pay attention to all this stuff, so they're going to completely ignore that and think Disney's going down right now because of this. It's like, no, Disney will be fine. So all you people unsubscribing from Disney Plus, as you claim, when the Falcon and the Winter Soldier comes around, they'll be right back.
I didn't realize until the pandemic that over half of Disney's money comes from theme parks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And see, I tell people this all the time. I'm actually a Disney shareholder. You know, I'm an annual pass holder. I pay attention to these things. And I tell people, it's like, stop thinking that Walt Disney Studios, Lucasfilm, and Marvel Studios makes the most money for the company. Like, no, it's not. Not even close.
But it does in a way. I mean, it does in a way of like the IP allows them to make more theme parks and merchandise, and it's all connected to the big machine of exactly the theme parks and the merchandise. And even like the cruise lines was doing pretty well. Now it's not. That's a huge suck. But yeah, the amounts of money and ways that they get it is insane. But I think they all are hoping they're going to get that Netflix level jump, and that's just going to make tons more money that way. But I don't even understand how Netflix is making money given how much production costs they spend. It's insane. Don, did you have thoughts? What do you think? Do you agree with everybody? It seems like we're all in agreement. This is hashtag.
Yeah, I
not
have to
going
agree
work.
with everybody. And he brought up a good point about this, like their stocks and Disney Plus. Like even everybody signed out from Disney Plus. Disney's is not going to take a hit on that. It's really not going to be against them on that. And they were making all their money from their amusement parks. And I just took a quick glance online about their stocks. Over the last year, they did have a dip, but they climbed back hard. Right. And their stocks are way up now. And, like, it went up 100 in like a year's time. It dipped down low to like 89, and now it's like at 190. So, yeah. This whole try and cancel a Disney Plus thing, that's not going to work. You would literally have to try and cancel Disney altogether. Don't go to their stores. Don't buy their merch. Don't go to their amusement parks. And you would have to have a significant amount of people for even Disney to be like, oh, I felt a breeze. What is that?
Like, let those 1,000 people unsubscribe from Disney Plus so they could lose $6,900.
I'm going to go through. So I've compiled some reactions of what apparently people how they're all reacting to Gina, because I'm just curious what the feeling is out there. I see a lot of people dancing on her grave, which I don't love. Before I get there, I just want to thank you to the supporter who came in. No More said they try to cancel Chappelle all the time, but nothing sticks. Yeah, I mean, there's certain people like Chappelle, Joe Rogan. They're they're uncancelable. They have such a big, large crowd that they're not going to get it. I think honestly, it's not canceled, but the only thing that's made Joe Rogan take a dent is moving to Spotify. But he got so much money, I don't think he cares. I do think he took a little bit of a hit from views and everything else, moving away from the public YouTube to sort of the app that everyone had to get and doesn't use as regularly. But he's laughing at the bank because he made a fortune to go do it, and he has more freedom allegedly to go do it. But yeah, none of those types of people are going to get canceled. Bunda says Al Franken got canceled by the right because of a picture guy. No, he got canceled by the left, didn't he?
Canceled by the left. They got him.
Well, the right started it, right? The right call, hey, you're a hypocrite. And then the left, and that is depressing. He should not have been canceled. I don't even remember, but did he just give up and I guess I have to do it for the cause of the Democrats? And then he saw everybody else not do that, and he's like, but wait, I thought that's what we were supposed to do. Isn't that what happened? Oh, that's depressing.
I took a beating for that one because I said that he shouldn't have resigned. He shouldn't have left office at that point. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was ridiculous. Exactly, but that was insane to me. But yeah, that wasn't the right pointed it out, but it really was the left who sort of let him go and pushed him out. And Roll Titan, thank you, Roll. Woke fans aren't fans. They latch onto popular things, seeing them as battlegrounds. Once they've destroyed them, real fans are left holding the pieces. They don't buy stuff or care about lore. I mean, I think woke fans do buy shirts. I think they at least buy the shirt. But are they buying the collections like the real fans like I have behind me? I doubt it.
I don't know what your place looks like, Andy, but there's my there's about $500 worth of Marvel shit.
Yep, hardcore, exactly. You're right. And it's true. There's the lightsaber. Exactly. So it's it's true. They will buy. The woke fans won't spend that kind of money. They'll buy a T-shirt and at Target, which Disney won't even make as much money on because you got to go buy it at the exclusive stores. But valid point. And no more. People keep saying Gina is dumb, but they're poking the bear is making us have more conversations about social media, people keep saying Gina's dumb, but I guess you're talking, he's referring to you, LB, but poking the bear is making us have more conversations about social media, which we all know needs to change. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. Look, I don't like what they did to Parler. I don't think it was right. At the same time, I think Parler should have just done the stupid things that they were being told to do. It sounds like they weren't given enough time, everything else. But it is scary to see that they just sort of took it out like that. And then don't follow those same rules on the other social media platforms. That's where I get really angry because it's like, hello, I see terrible stuff on Twitter and Facebook all the time. Why aren't you enforcing your guidelines there? So yeah, well said. No more. And then Jeff Robinson, you have to appreciate this given Disney's relationship with the CCP and Mulan. Yeah, I mean what they did filming in special thanks to that. I don't know how to say that town, but it was where they hadn't determined counts. So there was literally genocide happening while they were filming Mulan, and they were, thank you so much. Can we use more of this? And yes, we'll give you lots of thanks in the credits. I mean, that is effed up. That is a reason to cancel Disney Plus, in my opinion, more than anything else we've heard. And then no more. Disney doesn't have park money. They're struggling. No, they still have some park money. It's open here. It's just open at not capacity, but I think they still have some park money, and they will when everything goes back eventually.
Disney's doing just fine, people. Don't believe anyone that tells you Disney's going bankrupt next week.
No, and it's true because they're firing employees to make sure that they remain fine. Because if they kept all the employees on staff, which they haven't, they fired a lot of them. Then maybe, but they didn't. A lot of them are still gone. There's still a lot they're making money. Will any of you cancel Disney Plus over this? Asked Nathan Taylor. I'm not. It's a good question, though. Will anybody here cancel Disney Plus?
I don't have it.
You don't have to fall into that. Yeah.
Nope. I'll still keep mine.
I only cancel things when the product is bad, like the WWE Network. Like I cancel that every few months when they just go to trash. I'm not canceling it because people are in their feelings about something.
Can we do 3 hours on how bad WWE is one day? I'll come in for that.
Man, that will be an entire year straight streaming.
Wait, didn't we talk about that last week?
We did a little bit.
Not WB. I'm thinking WWE. Sorry, my bad. I'm mixing it too.
Wait, you're talking WWE. You said WWE. He did say WWE, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, wrestling. He is. We're talking wrestling.
Aren't they merging with Peacock or something like that?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes.
And now that's going to be the only reason I get Peacock.
Yeah.
But it's like the
and
same
it was a lot of
price.
money. We were doing the math, like, was it worth it? And it does seem like it was worth it, because they apparently
You get the pay-per-view.
yeah, they revealed how much money they made, and I first thought no way, and then they actually added up the amount of revenue and what it was per month, on top of the WrestleMania pay-per-view, et cetera, and you realize no, actually that is a very profitable thing. But smart move on Peacock. Peacock's got The Office and wrestling, probably enough to sustain itself for a little while. Honestly, they literally changed the tiers of Peacock depending on how much Office you want to watch. That's how important The Office was. And I'll be honest, my girlfriend's like, I guess I'm going to give it to her for Valentine's Day, because I'm like, I guess here you go, honey. Here's the commercial-free Peacock for the year, because they want it. People really want to watch The Office. They're missing it off Netflix, and it's a go-to I do. I know a lot of people, just their comfort food. And Peacock knows they added like extra scenes and stuff. They're no dummies. But it literally changed the tiers. You can watch season 1 for free. If you pay $5, you can get up to season 5 with commercials. And then if you pay the $10, you get all seasons with all the extras. And that's literally how their tiers like play. If you look at it, it's insane. But yeah, WWE will help them a lot. I want to go through. Thank you. I think I got everybody so far. Keep them coming, guys. I really appreciate the support. Now, I'm sorry this update isn't updating, but I will add it all to total at the end. If you use the Streamlabs way, you help, and it'll go on screen easier. And then it should add. I don't know why it didn't all add. Wancho, if we're going to talk about WWE, sign me up. Vince McMahon has pooped the bed. Is that a poop sign?
Yeah.
Just like Amber Heard?
I mean, I promise you, I could talk about this for an entire year straight.
Well, we can go there. Let me go through this topic, then we can talk about it. I don't care. Here's what I want. Paul, that's Gina. Hold on. Paul compiled some tweets and stuff, so I want to react. Let's react to somehow people online, some of our colleagues out in the world are all calling out this. Oh, look, it is John Roca, the outlaw. John Roca, for those that don't know, wants to murder the homeless. He's a woke individual who literally was caught saying that they should murder all the homeless because they're an eyesore and might give him diseases. True story. True story that no one wants to acknowledge. But here he is. It's about damn time. No real surprise. Gina Carano was finally fired. Her abhorrent post was finally one step too far for Disney Lucasfilm. But don't fool yourself. She wanted this. Now she can be a MAGA martyr. Good luck to her Kickboxer 7 or Left Behind 7. Wow. Good. What a douche. He's the GOAT?
Greatest of all time.
Oh my God.
The greatest of all time.
That's no ego calling yourself that. Tom Brady barely gets away with it, but he's proven it. Come on, man. That's ridiculous.
How is he verified? I have more YouTube subscribers than him.
I don't know.
I'm not hating. I'm just saying. But like,
oh, I'm hating.
See things like that, man. It's just like,
it's just.
I mean,
stupid.
like I said, you can say whatever you want, but it's like, what's the point in going all extra? You could just say, okay, good on Disney for removing Gina Carano, but all this extra stuff, like, what's the point?
Here, so somebody she claps back. This is like a segment of They Said What? Thank you, Paul. He can compile his. He didn't see anything abhorrent. Just didn't. I do it as I say, or do as I say and think like, or think and keep quiet. She doesn't think like you, so she's bad. Unless I miss something egregious. Robert's right. I'd say I expect better from you, Roca, but you've constantly gone off the deep end. Here, get educated. An abhorrent post. You cool with this? Unfollow me immediately. Got 10 better followers to replace you by tomorrow. Good.
He's the greatest of all time.
Is that it? I mean, that is the greatest if I've ever heard it. I'm a bit confused on what abhorrent is about this. If the post is untrue, there's nothing there reaching. Thank you. You're a perfect example of everything that is wrong with the left party of the U.S. Just because she's not part of Hollywood's woke doesn't mean she should get fired. So you can say what she wants. People should just move on. She lost her job. So this is somebody. Oh, no, and then Ben Shapiro. Disney Plus must immediately fire any actor who has made overwrought Holocaust comparisons. Yes. Here's Grace Randolph, another, contributor to the movie space. Not currently employed by Lucasfilm. Mando 3? Curiouser and curiouser. Lots of crazy stuff over there. But this was the right call. Tweet carefully, folks. It's so funny because I saw her also. She's the one who kept saying that Disney hates Pedro Pascal and that he was going to get fired and replaced from The Mandalorian. But man, she really just quickly changes her tune when she's caught wrong, just to try and ride with the tide. Good for you, Grace. Oh, my favorite, Roxy Strider. Note to all, avoid being someone who's trending with Holocaust at all costs. I will say that she's right. Sadly, I don't want to ever give her credit. But wouldn't you all agree that's like the one topic in Hollywood you'd probably want to be very careful talking about?
and this is what I'm saying. It's like, come on, man. Read the room.
Exactly. comparing the Holocaust to things in Hollywood does not go over well, and yeah, it's not going to fly. So look, I gotta call it what it is. I got it. It's the one time I will give Roxy credit. Lon Harris, how long do you guys figure it takes for the Gina Carano brain pill hour to hit this benchmark? Disney Plus pops 95 million subscribers. Oh yeah, clearly, dude. That's
You're gonna have to decipher that for me. What does he mean by?
But it's so stupid because it's like definitely remember to calculate in the My Pillow guy bump. He's virtually guaranteed to do some guest spots in the first week. Oh, Lon, he just has to say everything.
By the way, so that's a reference to InfoWars, which I think is nutty. Don't get me wrong here. But InfoWars makes a hell of a lot of money, man.
I was just exactly where I was gonna go. Like, I bet you just said it. She's gonna make a hell of a lot more money doing that than she would have been on The Mandalorian, or any actor's gonna be, unless they're Robert Downey Jr. and they're coming back to play Iron Man. Most of the actors in High School, the musical, are not gonna make nearly what Gina Carano's gonna make doing the brain pill hour. So, sorry you're jealous, Lon. And here's Giovanni Campia, John Campia, regarding the Gina Carano firing. Hold on, I have to take a drink like he does. Good, I did my John Campia impression. Gina has the right to say whatever she likes. We have freedom of speech. However, freedom works both ways. Other people, even Disney, have the freedom to decide if they want to be associated with her or the things she says. I think he's right. I think that's a fair take.
Yeah.
Good. Some of these are fair. If you had dinner, if you had a dinner guest over your house who stood and called your mother a whore, would you let them stay or would you ask them to leave? You'd ask them to leave. Obviously, doesn't mean you'd have to believe in free speech, but you choose to. She didn't call anybody a whore, though, John. That's the difference.
Yeah. And you got to add there's a third response where they get slapped across the face because you never talk shit about it. So, I'm sorry, you never talk about mama. Never bring up your mama.
Yeah, that's not the same thing. Here's I don't know who this is. Claudia. Star Wars cannot, by definition, be for everyone if people like Gina Carano are allowed to be in it. Oof. Now that terrifies me. Like, that's the thought process right here. Like, what? It cannot be for everyone if people like Gina are allowed to be in it. We're now going to let this group decide who's allowed to be Star Wars fans. Does that scare anybody else or just me?
So what happens here with that post is it's othering of people, and that goes to Gina's initial post. That's the scariest post I've seen so far on this stuff.
Yeah, and then she just believes it. She thinks she's doing the God's work. We
got
must.
188 likes. That means she's right. She should put goat in her handle.
Richard Newby, one day we get a beautiful story about Pedro Pascal and his goodness and support for inclusivity, and the next we're reminded that Gina Carano has a lizard brain and should not be trusted around humans. Fire Gina Carano. That has 10,000 likes. Yeah, it's always the compare. Pedro's the best. Pedro said some awful things too, man. Richard, you should be.
I've been meaning to ask you, Andy. Like, I don't pay attention to these celebrity tweets because, like I said, I don't care. But like,
and these aren't celebrities, just so we're clear. But yeah.
Yeah, right. When was the last time that Pedro Pascal posted something like that? Like the stuff you showed.
He did it. He did two. He did one. I think it was
November, right?
Yeah, one was this last year, and I think one was 2018.
Right. So like,
he had some time.
So that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, we don't know the conversations that Disney had with Gina Carano. So maybe they had a conversation with him. Like, look, stop. We don't know.
Maybe. We don't. It is true. We don't know. But I just don't like this whole, like, he's the hero, she's the villain, and
right.
It irritates me.
I noticed that. I mean, like, I saw that they was like, rah rah rah, Pedro Pascal's in The Last of Us or something. I'm just like, it's not tear someone down and bring someone else up, blah blah. It's just like, do what y'all do, people on social media. Do what you do.
They will. That's the problem. They'll never stop. Enough is enough. Fire Gina Carano. Me texting my brother January 8th, 2020 versus Lucasfilms firing. Me finding out the actress for Cara Dune is a Trumpy barf.
Very adult.
Yeah. Can we do what Wanda did with Pietro and recast Cara Dune in The Mandalorian? I don't know. Maybe someone who's not anti-mask or a transphobe, or I don't know, someone who can actually act. She wasn't a transphobe, and I guess, is challenging about wearing multiple masks on your face anti-mask, guys?
No.
I mean, they literally are telling it. By the way, the CDC has now told us that we're going to have to double mask. I don't know. It's starting to annoy me. It just feels like Are we allowed to have conversations about masks, or are we going to be shamed to say, "How dare you"? Is that something we're becoming as a society, or is this me turning into a conservative, Tim?
No, there's nothing wrong with having a conversation about these things, but it's just a problem when people are posting fake information.
Yes, exactly. But it's like what's frustrating me is like. I still have a problem of like I just have my mask, right? This is a towel, but it's not a mask. I have my mask, my dirty hands touch it, I put it in my pocket, and then I grab it again, I put it on. There are problems with wearing a mask. Fauci has admitted this. So it's like, I don't know, people are confused and people say putting 2 masks on, that's a little too much for me.
By the way, for those of you playing along at home, now that they say that you need 2 masks to prevent from things, that means 1 mask didn't work and it was ineffective.
Facts.
So,
2 masks is better, so we'll tell you now. Look, the reality is I'm not conservative. I mean, I guess I maybe in certain, who knows? I don't know what I am, but
you ask questions.
Exactly. I like to ask and talk. Do homework. Right, exactly. Why do you guys believe this? Why do you believe? Oh, cool. You know what? I agree what you believe in. That's what smart people should do.
The thing is, right, and like, I personally hate labels. I hate it. It's like, but the whole conservative or being like a moderate Democrat or whatever, like, when it comes to the internet, it's not, multi-layers. Everything's either extreme this or extreme that, and it's like there's nothing wrong with a person being conservative, and there's nothing wrong with a person being on the left, but it's like they just, when people talk about these things, they just make everything extreme and make it look like, oh my goodness, you're the absolute worst because you're conservative.
It's our leaders doing it, and it's because it's great for fundraising. It's a lot of clickbait fundraising that's going out of control, I think, is where this goes. And clickbait eyes on CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, I'll throw them in there for you guys to make you happy. But when everybody is a terrorist now on the right, when everybody's being labeled and lumped in together, anybody who supported Trump of those 75 million people is being labeled an insurrectionist, that's a problem. And that's where this goes. And people are just mimicking what they're seeing from our leaders on Capitol Hill and, all of their fundraising efforts at this point.
And just so people know, like, look, I wear a mask. I believe in masks. I do think it helps. But I hear some of the frustration coming in, and the idea of double masking, to me, this is bonkers. And again, like Tim just said, that means, so the mask isn't working? We should be, no, it's more protective. Okay, whatever. But this has happened. And I clearly have some conservatives here. I want to plug a friend of mine who I don't always agree, but I learned about that through his channel here, The Judge Show. I'm going to put it in there. As conservatives in the show, go throw him a subscriber. He's a good guy, a friend of mine. I do not always agree with what he posts, but he was my PR rep when I came out, and he's become a good friend. And he's one of the people I've learned, like, oh, conservatives aren't all crazy. Conservatives have different thoughts, and they can be nice, not racist people, and just want to plug him because he's the one where I see sometimes I do follow crazy feeds to learn, and then I read and found NPR to confirm that this is a real thing. But back to the tweets. Let's see here. Where was I? Here it is. So sorry, just entertaining to go through these crazy. Her unabashed anti-Semitism, transphobia, open support of sedition and insurrection, and COVID denial. All lies. She was an anti-Semite. That's why this summit really sums up to me the frustration of it all. I mean, and I know you say you don't care, LB, but doesn't it bother you that like she didn't say these things? Like some people are twisting it into what she did, but everything here that they're accusing of, there's actually no proof of her supporting insurrection, none, or COVID denial. She's challenged and asked about masks. She has done that, and she has not been transphobic or anti-Semitic. I mean, don't you see why this is frustrating, LB? Or does this?
Well, I look at it from like the overall perspective. Like these tweets, like a lot of these is a problem, and I'm not meaning specific to Gina Carano. I just mean like in the overall landscape. Too many people are believing anything they seeing on the internet or hearing on wherever or watching without actually taking a couple of seconds to actually research, did this person really say this? Did this person really do that? And then it's like, when you tell these people they didn't say or do this, they don't want to hear it because they've already been told that this person said or did that. I mean, that's a major problem regardless of what side you lean on.
Fair enough.
By the way,
go ahead, Tim. Yeah.
When they tweet about her saying like that she supported insurrection and sedition, I don't even think she ever tweeted anything positive about Trump. I think she's kind of more libertarian with stuff. I don't remember tweeting any kind of support for the president. The former.
Now, I don't remember anything she's saying for the Trump campaign or anything of that nature that was supportive of him. I agree. And I barely follow Twitter, but like if it's a juicy thing, I'll look at it.
Yeah, I didn't. She doesn't. She hasn't done a lot of this stuff that she's been accused of, and that's what's so frustrating about it. Waking up in the morning to find out we fired her. Yay! There's just so much of this going on. LB, go. I'll just scroll through some of these as you go.
Yeah,
ahead,
I
LB.
mean, I wanted to add on this. Like, I get it. Like, even when I make a video and I talk about one thing, for like, I say, rioting and looting is not good. That's bad. People think I'm a Trump supporter, but then I say, insurrection bad. Oh, I'm a radical left liberal. It's just like.
Mm-hmm.
You can have various opinions on stuff. What right is right, what's wrong is wrong. It's like everything is not either this or that, people.
Well, and this Star Wars Explained is a big one, and it's like they're very they're very left leaning and anti-Trump anything. We're relieved Gina's gone. It was long overdue. She was repeatedly and remorsefully hurtful to entire communities. No, she wasn't. If you call that doing nothing wrong, then I don't know what to tell you. But he's just upset because anybody who voted for Trump and any regardless is death to America is what it is. And look, I can't subscribe to that. He's completely blind to the fact that half of America voted for Trump. So are you calling half of America evil? Star Wars Explained? Like you are part of the problem. You don't even realize it, and that's what's so frustrating me. He'll block anybody who says it. And I know this guy. I met him at Star Wars Celebration. He was on ScreenJunkies for a while. He was very nice. Him and his girlfriend or wife, and very sweet, nice seeming people. But I would have never thought they would have been this extreme. And that's they don't see themselves as extremists. You know what I mean, Tim? Like I think that's the right. It's always the extreme right, but there is an extreme left that is equally as scary.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, you speaking to Tim, my bad. I thought you said me.
No, go. You can go, LB. You passionately wanted to respond. Do it.
I mean, like, in that first sentence is to me that's an issue. Like, we are relieved Gina is gone. Like, you're relieved that people are losing their jobs. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, okay, and like you said, there is extreme stuff on both sides. We need to remember that, people. It's not always the extreme left. It's not always the extreme right. And what this tweet says, that's an extreme case right there.
Yeah. Tim, go ahead if you wanted to add in something too.
No, LB's right. I mean, I agree with him altogether. But like, talking about extreme, when he was talking about his experience, talking about, saying like looting and rioting is bad and then the insurrection is bad and the two reactions to that. I lost 3,000 followers on Twitter one time not too long ago, just before January 6th, when I was like, hey, we shouldn't be harassing politicians like Mitt Romney in the airport. And I was called a traitor and told that I should burn in hell, and I got death threats from the right. I mean, I couldn't be, much more far right and conservative if you force me. But like to hear that from my own people, I'm like, what is wrong with you people?
Exactly. And to add on to that, here's an example. Like I said, from the summer, I talked about how looting and rioting is wrong, but I was like, look, this isn't the entire Black Lives Matter organization, right? So you can't just think it's an entire organization. I gained a bunch of subscribers, but then I started talking about, bad things Trump said. Oh, hold on, you're not a Trump supporter? I can't support you. You've lost your mind. Get off the plantation. This is like,
you know what the real problem is that people are so polarized by the media and everything they watch. And in reality, like, look at us, like, look at the conversation we're having. We agree on so much stuff. Look, Andy and I agree on so much stuff. That's why I bring them on to conservative talk radio. It's like there need to be more examples of people getting along and having normal conversations like it used to be. But unfortunately, the idiot producers and the idiot executives at these networks have gone down clickbait row or clickbait, the clickbait hole. And you have to make things more and more extreme. You have to turn people against each other at some point. And they're all becoming versions of InfoWars.
Yeah, it's true. And there's a lot of other, I feel like there are other YouTubes and podcasts are just trying to lean into those extreme sides too. It's and the media doesn't help at all because they don't even care about the truth. They row crazy. A-Train, I don't understand, man. Andy used to be such a fan. If you're for real, call in. And if you are having a problem with what I'm saying right now, please call in. DM me on Twitter or something. I'll get you, or I'll just put it right here. I'm just seeing you like, oh, I'm so disappointed in you, Andy. I used to be a fan. Why? Because I'm like talking about all sides. I would love. This is for A Train. Come on in. There's the link for A Train. Don't everybody else jump in there. But come on, say it to my face and have a conversation with me, because that's what we need more of. And I'm not trying to like call you out and be a dick, but I don't understand why you've lost faith in me. Come talk to me and have a conversation. Let's do it, because those are important. I'm happier with myself now than I've ever been. It doesn't mean I support Trump, because I don't. I don't like Trump, just for the record. I'll put it out there. I just try to avoid it because I don't want. It's not really anybody's business who they like. I'm not out. You don't see me supporting him or doing anything, because I just. Politics is politics. Politics and religion, right? The two things you're never supposed to talk about. But sometimes it comes out, because I'm an honest person now, and I don't give a shit anymore. It is what it is.
So Andy, I'm glad you brought up YouTube. I think YouTube plays a big part of it, and like we all do this, so we know how. There's a lot of channels that do this extreme stuff because it feeds into people that want to see this, and it's easier to make money on YouTube doing that. I mean, that's a big issue as well. I mean, it's like this extreme stuff is getting ridiculous, man.
Did totally get ridiculous. Which tell me, an A Train, just are you Jason or are you somebody else? Make sure I don't want to let somebody in who's not you, because people always just jump in when that link comes in. A Train, let me know. Mods or somebody help me make sure I saw who it is. What were you say? Is that Adon? Were you about to say something? Go ahead, Adon, if you have a thought.
No, I was agreeing with him on that part. Like it's very easy for anybody to jump on the bandwagon and go with whatever craze there is, and just let's be honest, spew hate out there. That's an easy thing. It's harder to have a conversation and try to find a middle ground when you have a diverse point of view. And but when people want to jump up and get views and get that click, then you're going to want to point out, let's do it. Let's get everybody else on the side, even if they don't believe in it. They want to get that, and that's the easy tactic. Right. And you're right. There's a lot of it out there.
Yeah, man. Like I'm down to talk with anybody as long as we're being adults here and talking. Like I don't want to sit here and be screaming and yelling at people. Like I don't want to engage in that. Like what we're doing tonight is perfectly fine. Like you don't have to agree on everything. You
Facts.
disagree over everything, and if you disagree, it's okay to discuss why you disagree and get your point across. Like it's not, oh my goodness, you don't agree with me, I'm canceling you. Look, I'm finding out where you live and I'm getting you evicted from your home.
Yep.
Like, no, stop it.
Amen. Antonio, here he is. A Train's in the building. Good for you for at least coming and saying, hey, nice to meet you, man.
What's up, homie?
It's a very pleasure to meet both of you as well, or all three of you.
Good evening.
See, let's have the conversation. I saw you in there getting disappointed. I thought, you know what? Rather than you just stewing in the comments, let's have a conversation. So what's bugging you?
I'm super down. I'm not really that bugged out. I'm really just trying to listen, honestly. I'm a big fan of everybody gets to have an opinion, honestly. I'm not a big fan of just promoting hate speech and just promoting hate anything. That's really just kind of where I'm at. Trust me, I've been on similar sides of probably not necessarily Andy. Like I was kind of rooting for you the whole time that you were going through your little I'm not going to say shindig because it wasn't a party, but
my cancellation, my rebuild. Yes, gotcha.
Yeah, I was definitely on your side. Not on homegirl's side.
That's
all.
Were you in the beginning? But wait, just so we're clear, in the beginning or when I came back?
Both.
Well, good for you. All right, you were willing to try to. Well, what did happen? You wanted to hear both sides before you jumped down the.
I wanted to hear both sides, and I'm listening to both sides of this situation, of this Gina Carano situation.
What is the hate? So, because I don't like hate speech either, and just so you know, like I've talked to Gina, I've followed her very closely. I've seen the opposite of hate speech. Like, I'm curious what hate speech, because if there's hate speech I'm missing, you tell me, and I maybe I'll change my tune.
All right, I'm gonna 100% say. Oh shit, are you still there?
I see you. Yeah. We got you.
Okay, sorry. I can understand where you're coming from because she's kind of not saying anything. So I can understand a lot of fans or a lot of people saying, "Well, why is she getting fired? She didn't really say anything. She's just kind of retweeting or liking something. You're allowed to do that. Everyone's allowed to do that. When it came to this last thing, this is what I'm gonna just kind of just fixate on for a second. This last little like Holocaust thing, I'm a for sure straight up say like, well, like Hollywood has like a lot of Jewish people in them. I'm not gonna say that it's 100% all Jewish. Because
no, I don't think you're stereotyping or being mean. But there are a lot of Jewish people in Hollywood. Yes, that's a fact.
And I think that this is probably just the last straw, because from someone who looks like me, a black dude, who isn't a black dude, I'm Hispanic. So, but everyone just assumes I'm black. My name is Antonio Rodrigo. So there's that. But everyone is just like, yo, Antoine. Hey, Tony. And I'm like, yo, that's not my name. Anyway, that's a side note. What I'm going to straight up just double down on is just, I don't think that she's racist. I don't think that she's 100% transphobic, but I do think that she is retweeting things that can lead to shit that we all do not want within our country or within the world just in general, because I don't think that everybody on right or the left side is like, I think there are extreme people, like you were saying that a little bit earlier, like there are extreme leftist people for damn sure, and there's extreme right people for damn sure. I'm kind of in the middle. I kind of want the facts. That's kind of why I was saying earlier, like I was on your side for a while, mainly because I guess April just didn't really seem very truthful with a lot of the things that she was saying. But honestly, I was on the side of you just because you didn't seem like a piece of shit. And there are certain people on the planet that you can kind of just tell that are a piece of shit. I don't think Gina's a piece of shit. I think she's retweeting and saying a bunch of fucked up shit that she shouldn't be doing. And when you're a part of a company, when you work for any company, I work for a company, and I can't just go on the internet and say a bunch of things just because I actually work for a corporation. Mm-hmm. So I can't just be saying a bunch of things. Right now, that's why I'm honestly trying to edit myself as much as possible. Dude,
I know. Well, I was listening. I appreciate it, man. I hear you. But I guess where I'm stuck is like, I still don't know what the hate speech is. And I think that's where the difference, where I think we're having I'm trouble connecting because.
Okay, so you have something posted on right now with the Jewish thing. Yep. You can't compare Nazis.
I haven't. But what did I say about this? I said the comparison is wrong. I've said it in like 3 videos.
I don't think it's wrong.
I think comparing the plight of Republicans right now, which I do think there is a plight for them, is nowhere near the genocide of the Holocaust. I think
I hear where you're coming from.
I think that was a mistake. Really, but here I am being negative of what I thought was kind of a what's the word? Insensitive comparison. Mm-hmm. So what am I supporting of hers that's rubbed you the wrong way is what I'm trying to understand.
I guess just supporting it in general.
What's the it?
You in general.
What's the it? Supporting what? I'm not supporting this. What am I supporting?
You're not. You're right. You aren't supporting that because you're not.
So what am I supporting though? Because you and I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
You're right. No,
what was it about that? Because I'm always fascinated because I would thank you for having this conversation. I'm not trying to blast you, but I'm like, what was it that you're like, Andy? I used to be a fan and now I'm upset. What was I doing specifically that got you so triggered?
It's not that I'm not going to continue being a fan of yours. Just so you know.
And I wasn't calling to try and make you keep me a fan. I was just genuinely fascinated, so I could hopefully learn too. Like, what was the beef?
That's totally not what it is. It really is just, I guess, you know what? Maybe I'm learning something at the moment right now.
Maybe conversation is good, Antonio. Right?
Oh, I know it is. I try to have a conversation all the time.
And you know what? I'm so glad we got to that. That's what I was hoping we'd get, because it's like everybody's watching stuff online. They get angry. They're doing it to Gina in the thousands. They're bullying her in the thousands.
Can I be honest?
Absolutely.
I saw the majority of this shit while I was at work. and it all just kind of blew past me because I was just like I work at a restaurant, so in the middle of just like prepping and doing a bunch of stuff, I'm just like, oh, what's this? Oh, no, oh. So I'm now coming home at night. I'm not trying to be a weirdo or an asshole, but I
don't want you to have
say
to.
That I do I never really liked a lot of the shit she was reposting. If like that's just me, like.
But here's what I will challenge you. It's a little.
A person.
I feel like there was a little. There was.
Me.
I feel like there's a little bit of like the Mandela effect with her, where like because people have and panel, feel free to jump in this now too, but. The Mandela effect, when you sort of lots of people sort of rewrite the history and assume something was there. It's like one's like. It's like Sex in the City is the name of the show. No, it's Sex and the City. It's like, they thought Mandela died in prison, but he didn't.
Right.
So there's a lot of the Mandela effect of like, wait, there's not things that actually were. There's so many more examples. I'm sure the chat can give me more. But I do think it's happened a little bit with Gina, where it's like because the mobs have been out there saying she's transphobic, she's anti-Semitic, she's supportive. When this tweet was shared, everyone should be aware. It was shared by a person who put above it, she's supporting Nazis? What the F, Jon Favreau? And that was shared by 10,000 people. And and I was immediately, because I didn't like what I read, but I immediately was like, well, where did she support Nazism? Like, please show me. And then, no, of course they don't engage and they just share that. And it goes out with that, outlier. Just like, April did about me, right? She used information, then because she had no information herself, she misdirected. And then, hey, if any Andy was ever weird to you, come tell me so I can use it as my evidence and make myself seem better. So I think the mob is doing exactly what she did. And so I'm glad we have the conversation because I really do think I'm telling you, I've watched her, and I would not be supporting her if I believed she was a hateful person or spouting hate speech. I
don't think she's a double. Like, I really do not personally believe she really wants to go out and like act on these things. She's not a hateful person.
So I mean,
she may be misguided sometimes and may have some information.
I'm guessing.
But guess what? We all sometimes believe in conspiracy theories.
But can I guess that you are you like anti-Trump? I don't know what I put you on the spot, but it's like, is that part of like I don't like what that's happening or where the country's going, and sort of she's maybe seeming like a poster child for that, and maybe it's not you, but I see a lot of people in certain groups of that's why they're so armed against her. She's for these types of people, and those types of people are the devil for our country.
Anti-Trump, yes, in a way of just like I don't agree with a lot of the shit that he said or his policies. But I'm not like this gigantic, oh my God, I fight for getting rid of all these people that vote for Trump. Like, no. I'm not that deep into politics. Okay. I play music and I cook food. That's what I do.
Hey,
okay?
Good stuff to do to keep and you know what she would tell you? Bravo. Good to get offline, cook food, listen to music, good mental health. Honestly, that's the bulk of what Gina Carano shares on Twitter. Really, if you really actually look at her tweet and her timeline.
I agree. But I do understand where a lot of people have come from because it's very easy when you are someone from her status, not that she's like the biggest she's not The Rock. Like, she's
is that the biggest
she's
actor?
Famous.
She's not the biggest actor. She's not The Rock.
Well, I'm saying
that's not who I would have gone to, but okay, fair enough.
I'm just saying, like, she's not the biggest actress in the world.
That's that extreme stuff there.
Is it? Is it?
You go from Gina Carano to The Rock.
I guess she is the biggest wrestler actor. Sure, okay. But go ahead, Antonio. As you wrap up.
You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, she's not like Tom Cruise status. She's not on that level. Surprisingly, for some reason today in the last 2 days, she is at that level because she's posting crazy pictures.
But I would challenge you, and I think the Mandela effect on her is something that actually is happening. I would challenge you to go look, because like the transphobic stuff, if you really look into it, she has said numerous things like, I support the trans community, they're beautiful, yada yada. And she even clarified, I am specifically talking about the bullies who have been demanding my pronouns. I will not bow to any of that. No, I'm not interested. Beep bop is them, and it's to them to go boop themselves, and then it did an R2D2, like beep beep beep. And honestly,
that's stupid though. That's kind of dumb. That's the one thing that's just like a little stupid to me.
Yeah,
but I do agree with you. Like, I'm not.
I don't think she's transphobic. Again, maybe she said some things that were misguided or misinformed, and maybe did frustrate people fairly. But hateful, malicious, transphobic, racist, all these things, no.
exactly what I said. I didn't scream for her getting fired for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Like,
Somebody else, I want
wasn't
to get the other talent in. So go ahead. So I heard somebody trying to get it.
Absolutely.
But Antonio,
What were
you
gonna
hold on
say?
a second. Make sure they have a response to you. But was it Tim or LB? One of you was trying to jump in.
I wanted to speak to Antonio real quick. Like,
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you know me or not, but I got to be completely real with you, bro. Like,
Oh, I know you. You're the homie.
Okay. I completely had no clue what you have been talking about. But listen to me. Listen to me when I tell you this. I feel like you jumped into the stream, like you had a long day. You didn't know what was fully going on. So, you was typing, getting your feelings out. But then you came onto the stream, you started listening, you started having a conversation, you cooled down a little bit, and you realized, hold on, Andy ain't what I was thinking for a few minutes ago. So I appreciate you coming on here, because a lot of people do not come on to streams and have conversations with people when they disagree. They just rather type in the chat and run their mouth. So salute to you.
Yes.
Salute to you.
Agreed.
And guess what? You 100% right.
Well, there we go. I like you, Antonio. We're all good. And you know what? I'm sorry you had a long day working, man, doing the thing. You were just clearly misheard or said something. But you know what?
Yeah,
good example for
misheard
all
it.
to learn. Hey, let's not just hate each other. Let's not hate each other in the tweets and the chats or whatever.
Absolutely not.
Let's
Absolutely
listen.
not.
Let's have the conversations. I love when we can do that. So just a beautiful example and proof of that. So thank you for coming in for that, man.
Absolutely. I really appreciate you having me on.
And if you hate me, just hit me up. Tweet at me. You seem civil
don't
and
hate
nice.
you.
No, but if
I
you,
don't hate you.
and if anybody hates something I did and they can be civil about it, I like feedback. I'll hear it. I may not take it, but I'm all about it if you want to send it over. But thank you for at least calling in and having the guts to do that. Nice work, man.
No, I appreciate the conversation, and I feel like that's kind of what it all really needs to be about at the end of the day.
Facts. Thank you, man. I appreciate
it.
Talk more. That's all we got to do.
Can move forward. We can move forward after the conversation.
That is the goal of it all. So I'm glad we got to have it. Thank you, my man.
Absolutely. You have a great one.
You too, man. Keep watching. All right, good. We'll see. We're making a difference, guys. Isn't that nice?
It's like one fan at a time.
That's one big thing while I'm on YouTube, man. To have actual conversations with people. I don't want to sit and talk to a wall and have the wall agree with me 24/7.
Yeah, well, Tim and LB, you both take calls on your shows. I know. How often do you get to change a caller's mind while they're there?
Never.
So that was rare. You're like, wait a second, Andy just totally swung him back.
Honestly, it's probably 1 out of 100, man. It's just like they don't listen to what I talk about. I give them facts, but it's like, whatever you say, I'm believing what I'm going to believe. So it is what it is. But every now and then, some person says like, "Oh man, I didn't know this. Wow, I appreciate you changing my mind." It's like, okay, cool. So,
it can happen.
It
Tim,
can.
thoughts?
Yeah, can you pull back up Gina's tweet, because I'm gonna bring it up for.
Oh yeah,
reason.
certainly. Sorry, I was looking up it, but absolutely. Oh, here it is.
So I said I'm not a big fan of doing everything I don't like is Nazi, right? But if you take a look at what she's saying with the hyperbole here, and she's speaking very hyperbolically, like this is how bad it can get. They turned neighbors against each other simply for them being X. And if you look at it like, look, take all of the categorizations out of it. You get your neighbors to hate each other because they're X. Like if I hate Republicans now instead of I hate, Jews back in the day or whatever they want to do. Can't wait for that to be taken out of context. Somebody will be like, I hate Jews, ... quoted by Tim Young. But no, you take a look at that, and you take a look at the buzzword that Antonio came in with. Everything he didn't agree with was hate speech. He labeled things hate speech over and over and over again, because you hear that from our clickbait media. You hear that from our leaders. And that is a way to otherize people. The other opinion from mine, if they don't agree with me, you are saying hate speech, and you shouldn't have a right to speak. And so if you take a look at just the hyperbole there, and again, I don't agree with, the beating the drum of everything I don't like is Nazi. But look at the hyperbole and how far it can go if you blanket label anything you don't agree with hate speech, or you blanket label every Republican or every Trump supporter an insurrectionist because of the assholes and what they did on January 6th. It's a dangerous way to think. And the problem is people aren't having conversations like what we just had on this chat, where, the guy's like, I'm not a fan of yours anymore. And you're like, why? And then he's like, I don't know. And more of that needs to happen. And it's just not happening because it doesn't pay the bills for this clickbait bullshit that's going on. I don't know if you're allowed to swear on this.
No, you at this point when the stream you can.
Good. But like, you know, we're not having these full conversations anymore. Where there's no back and forth on social media. There's me screaming at, you know, whatever. I can type this in and then walk away and then come back and type it back in, but you never see the human. You're disconnected from it, and it feels like a game you need to win or get likes and retweets from. And we're missing that human interaction, and there's just a lot of dangerous things going on in our society right now that we're not paying attention to.
Right. And I feel like, I mean, I don't want to speak for all of y'all, but I think we can all agree is like, when you want to make examples and compare things, don't compare things to the Holocaust. Don't compare it to slavery. Like, there's plenty of other examples you can use.
Well, there is one thing that's going on right now that we can compare to the Holocaust, and it's the encampment of Uyghur Muslims in China. That's in the ballpark. But other than that, there's nothing in the ballpark right now.
Right. It's just like, man, come on, people. I mean, you want to say you're using critical thinking? Well, critical thinking, use other examples. Use the NBA or something.
I'd rather people just say, hey, you're an asshole, instead of using a buzzword like hate speech and you should be silent.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, I think I was getting a drink while I didn't hear what you said. I'm sure it was brilliant, though. But I didn't get it. I was like, finally, I can get a chance.
It was Nobel Prize worthy.
What was it? So let me go through a couple of these super chats. And again, thank you guys. I know you guys have been here long. If Tim, anybody needs to bail, you go. We're going to be here probably till 12. But if you need to bail, just no issues. Okay, cool. Yeah, just tell me when. We'll let you out quickly. But let me read a couple of these chats you guys have been sending over. I want to get you guys involved in the conversation. Thank you, everybody. Oh, first of all, Steph. My God, Steph. I don't know why my thing is totally wrong, but I think we're almost at $500. We're almost halfway there. So thank you guys so much. Steph, my God, Steph, you didn't have to do that. Steph is amazing, and she just dropped $100 towards our total to get the new equipment. My God, yes, Steph, you are the best. I love you. Thank you always for everything you do on this channel and stepping up like that. That is so generous of you. Hey, up, Andy. Please check your Streamlabs and notifications for mine because it didn't show up on screen. I don't know if I did it right. Did it there? Well, there's that. I don't know why it's not showing up on the. Here it is. It should. Does it show up now? Hold on. This is worth. There it is. I don't know why it didn't come.
EY up, everyone. I am throwing down a challenge. Who will match or beat this? I will always be here to support you, Andy.
Thank you so much, Steph. Wow, who's going to match it? Who wants to match Steph as we go in this? That's amazing. What amazing support. What do you say, LB?
I can't match that. I'm poor, man. I'm broke.
So, yeah, no, we all are, but it's amazing what our supporters do. What all our supporters do. It's amazing. And if you can, at least subscribe to Lonely Banter. Subscribe to Tim runs his mouth on Twitter. Are you on YouTube? Are you on YouTube, Tim?
No, but get this. I guess I'll say it here. It doesn't matter. Not that any of your followers would necessarily follow me, but so RSBN, that has been the Right Side Broadcasting Network. I am going to be their first podcast, whatever show on there.
Sweet, congrats, man.
So. Okay, cool.
Hopefully, yeah, bring me on. I'm there for you, man. Let me know when you need it.
Dude, I'm all about it. Listen, you know, one of the things that I didn't bring up earlier that I wanted to bring up about reaching across the aisle, I had a couple of Democrat congressmen come on when I was on SiriusXM Patriot, which is where I host. And I was told after the show, I walk out, and the producers come up to me and they go, "You're the first host to even invite a Democrat on the show in 2.5 years."
Jesus.
Like,
Right.
like, how is this a thing?
It's super crazy. Yeah, I mean, how do you have real conversations if it's just the same echo chamber and everybody just agreeing with each other? Yeah. I don't get it either. That's not challenging.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, and I say that all the time, man. It's like if you keep talking to people that agree with everything you're saying, it's like that's how your mind gets warped, man. Like I don't have a problem with talking to people that disagree with me. Just talk to me like an adult, man. Don't do this extreme stuff. It's
like relationships too. Like I could never date someone who was just so like agreeing and everything and ever did the same exact thing. I like challenges. I like people are going to put you up and like, no, you should try this better. Or we should have a conversation about it. That's makes life interesting, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Stefania, thank you again for that amazing generosity. So let me go through a couple of these more. No more. All these woke nuts don't even realize they've been brainwashed.
I mean, that's another example. Like everyone that disagrees with what Gina Carano shared or tweet ain't a woke nut. They are like you don't want everyone to label you a far right extremist, like avoid using that kind of dialogue. I mean, you could still use it, but I'm just saying.
How about this? Amazing, because you didn't super chat it, Mike, but I just saw. Wow, amazing. Popcorn Planet, man, I gotta say this was a good conversation. I changed my opinion about politics tonight because of that Andrea Cruz dude spitting truth bombs. Thanks, bruh. Yeah, look at that. We're changing politics here. Apparently, glad to hear it. All right, look at a couple more of these. I want to make sure I got all through. Laid Off Radio became not only became a member, became a popcorn level producer. Bravo! I will add that to the total. Thank you so much for joining, guys. If you hit the join button, I'm trying to get a little bit more of that because that way it helps YouTubers tremendously because it's a fixed monthly fee that then helps us sort of guarantee our budget. So that way when YouTube screws us, demonetizes us, etc., we still have your support there to come in. So if we can get a few more members tonight, that'd be epic. Laid Off Radio, bravo, thank you. A lot more coming. In fact, I'm gonna be doing more members only streams in the afternoon coming up soon. I just been prepping some of my gear, and once I get this new gear, it'll make it easier to do that. So stay tuned this month. Lots more coming. So welcome Laid Off Radio. Throw some planets in the air for him. Sorry I missed that earlier. Or her, him, her, or they. Thank you, Laid Off Radio. Good guy. Antonio is stuck because he is following the crowd. I don't know if that's true, but we had a good conversation. I'm glad he came in and was able to make that decision himself. Sean Stackhouse. Hey, Sean, good to see you, man. Thank you for the love. One mask was preventing the spread of the initial virus well enough. We're having to double mask because the UK variant is many times more contagious. Okay, it's a good reason, I guess. I don't know. I'm starting. What was it, Tim?
Same size particle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't know. I'm starting to believe some of those conspiracy theories. And it's like the biggest one for me is like, who does it benefit to keep us on lockdown and have this keep going as long as possible? All of the rich. Like everybody who's profiting off of this is all of the rich people.
It's benefiting Wall Street.
It is absolutely benefiting. And so, I don't like to always believe in conspiracies, but I don't know, man. I'm starting to ask a lot of questions. I think everybody should, but we should also be respectful.
Andy, I used to make fun of the liberals during George W. Bush's time that were like, big pharma's bad, big corporations are bad, and we shouldn't be in wars, and no blood for oil. And now I'm like, where are they now? I want to go out and get a drink with them. I owe them drinks. I'd like to apologize to all of them. They were right.
They were right. It's true.
Hey, Andy, there's nothing wrong with asking questions. It's just like, don't fall down the wrong rabbit hole.
Facts. keep me honest, guys. I'm gonna ask the questions. But you guys will tell me if I'm missing something, and I'll go do new research. No more. It's wild how the left is suddenly pro business. LOL. You think that's true? Is the left become more pro business?
I wouldn't say it was anti-business. It's just they have different ways of how they think businesses should be ran.
He doesn't, guys don't care about that. You hear Wancho just said, I want to talk about WWE. Sign me up. Vince McMahon talk. Sign me up. Vince McMahon has. Oh, Wancho's in the building. Wancho, I'm putting you in there. Well, I'll give you a few minutes as we end with Tim on Wrestling Chat. Will any of you cancel Disney Plus over this? No. Disney has, okay, we are caught up, and I think there was one more that came in. I don't, thank you, No More. Again, you've been donating a lot tonight. I appreciate it. Are you a member, No More? You should be. I don't understand why some history is off limits. This generation didn't experience those tragedies. We should be able to talk about them. Facts. Rewriting history, editing Disney movies, all the things that are happening in society is a scary thing that we should make sure we don't do. Otherwise, we'll never learn from them.
I'm completely against that. It's just like, erasing his, like, you don't learn from it. Like, look, bad things have happened in this country. People need to know the bad things. Don't erase the bad things. And it was like, hey, man, this was all good back then. No, absolutely not.
Also, Douglas, thank you for the PayPal equipment upgrade. Love the show. I appreciate the content. Douglas just helped the upgrade. All you guys tonight, you still have a chance. And I'm going to try and continue this fundraiser. We're going to keep going. If we make more than my goal, even better, I'll be able to upgrade even more. Next week, I hope to do the roast of Andy Signore. I'm going to try and get some friends and guests to come. Don, I'm looking at you. I expect something. Wancho, even everybody. Anybody who wants to come and roast me and say something funny, you're welcome to come next week as we keep rallying that. But thank you, Ryan, and thank you, Douglas, David, and Steph also gave, and Marcus, you all gave through PayPal. I want to make sure I didn't forget anybody. Thank you. Now we're up to date. Wancho, welcome to the show, man.
How's it going, Andy? How's it going, folks?
Good to see you. We got some WWE fans here, so real quick, as Tim, I know Tim's got to go, but since three of you are WWE fans, go. I unleash the WWE portion of the show.
CM Punk was right all along.
Yes. 100%. The pipe bomb, absolutely. By the way, I'll show you. Look, I'm gonna show you how bougie I am in a second here. I'm gonna walk you into my bourbon closet where I have something.
A bourbon closet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tim Young cribs.
I'm friends with. I just moved into my place, by the way, and so I'm friends with the guys, Main Event Gear, who make WWE's gear for them. Alexa Bliss, Johnny Gargano, all of his stuff, and they made me. There's the bourbon, but they made me 2 jackets.
Whoa.
Oh, nice.
Macho Man's.
That is badass.
Nice.
And the other is Bobby Heenan's jacket.
Bobby the Brain Heenan. Oh, snap.
And behind that is my signed Bobby Heenan picture.
Wow, legit.
Anyway,
Nice.
To say I'm a nerd.
Very nice.
Yes, you just got some cred tonight. Now, would your radio? Do you talk about that on your radio show or no?
Well, I had. I mean, like, there's nothing that's like, it's so odd. We need to work on that. The stigma of being a wrestling fan, right? Because, like, come on, we're all intelligent guys, we're all successful guys, we're all wrestling fans. But like, if you say that to somebody, they write you off as like, a loser,
an idiot who believes in fake fighting. Like, no, we get caught up in the drama. It's just live action in one take. That's like a high level of athletic performance. It's one of the purest forms of American entertainment. What more can you ask for?
It's ultimately one of the most American things as well. Like, it's such a weird thing too to think about, like pro wrestling. Like, who came up with the idea of like guys like fake fighting with a story around? It's kind of crazy.
We could thank carnies for that. We could thank carnival culture from early 20th century. We could thank that, and these guys pretend to be strongmen, and then that evolved to Gorgeous George heckling people because he studied psychology. Like, how can I piss off as many of these guys in the audience as possible? I know, I'll bleach my hair blonde and I'll act as effeminate as I can and tell everyone off like, oh, I'm the most handsome, prettiest man there is, and screw you all. And that got everyone's blood boiling. And the rest of these days.
I would do 3 hours on this any night. I'd sit, you got me last minute on this one. I'd sit around and do 3 hours with the team. Because I think we could go off on this.
I will set it up. We'll set it up. Any final words, Tim, as you have to go on your leave us with a wrestling brilliance.
Oh, listen, I was there when Sting came back at AEW in Jacksonville. I flew in. I didn't realize that he was going to come out that night, and it was cold as shit there. But let me tell you something. I think people need to take a look at this chat, and people need to see your videos, and especially the relationship that I've cultivated with you, Andy. You and I could not be more different politically as far as like what we stand for and who we vote for. But we agree on issues, and it's like old school. I don't understand why this has to be old school. I think, and the same with like LB and A-Train. I guess is that your name, A-Train? Is that what we go with? Because you got a train behind you. I get it.
No, A-Train that's a Don. A-Train was Antonio came in. So
I actually do that.
But he does
for the people in the chat.
It became an interior joke where he literally just puts on trains, and then he didn't one week, and they're like, "Where's the trains?" And now he just puts the trains on.
I love that, by the way.
We should call you A-Train. It's a good. Yeah, forget Antonio. A-Train is now a Don. Yeah, exactly.
I've taken the name back.
There needs to be more of this. Unfortunately, I feel like, with the clickbait media, we're going to reach a point where the pendulum is going back and forth, and the pendulum falls apart with what they're driving people with how clickbait goes. Because at the end of the day, I'd sit around with any of you guys any day of the week and yell about, we could break TVs all day about pro wrestling, and Nia Jax talking about her hole falling like.
Oh no.
No, and the other thing, Tim, I was going to say as we wrap up with you, because I know you got to go, but the other thing is, like, I'm glad we had this chat where I really got to know the nerd of the inside you, because I appreciate you more. Because I'll be honest, and maybe you've seen me say it too, but Twitter has that thing where it's like, sometimes you see someone tweet something, you go, oh, I don't like that. I don't like what that person just said. I don't like the person. And it's like, it's taken me a while to start to like separate the Twitter from the person, because I've been guilty of it too. Sometimes we amp it up a little bit, I think, for the audience or people also, and just sometimes react quickly. And you can't do that about people. You can't judge a person by their tweets. It is an absolute, I think, terrible thing that we do. Sure, the belief may be real, whatever, but a tweet you don't know if they're saying it with a smile or sarcastically or how impassionately they really care about it. And I think it's really good to sort of, especially if you think you disagree with someone, have the conversation, try to find some of that common ground. And when you do, you'll be a little bit more forgiving. You're like, there's Tim being stupid. There's Andy being stupid. But, deep down, I know he's a good dude, right? I think it's important to break bread and have those moments.
Yeah, listen, and most of the time, if I'm tweeting at people, I'm pooping. So, like, it's like that's what's important to know. Like, I'm not sitting around angry ever.
It's literal shit posting.
Literally shit posting.
Literal.
Literal shit posting. Well, where can people find you, Tim?
Tim runs his mouth. Also, the Right Side Broadcasting Network. I'll be doing that, and then apparently, I have a list of dates somewhere here. But I'm touring the country doing stand-up again. I miss doing stand-up, and I'm going to be headlining around. I think there's 13 dates right now. So.
There you go.
Nice.
Tim runs his mouth on Twitter. If you liked him, go follow him. He's also on SiriusXM Patriot and timyoung.com. There you go. Easy way to find him. Good to have you on the show, man. I'll definitely have you back anytime. And anytime you need me to be a liberal on that show for them to be mad at or find common ground with, I'm your man. Hit me up anytime. I appreciate it, dude.
Listen, I'll bring you in and we can talk about how people shouldn't be violent ever, and everyone will tell us that we're all going to burn in hell. By the way, I just want to say something right now. Creepy computers listening in. RSBN showed up there as a people you might like after I mentioned it. Creepy.
Wow, that is really weird how they do that, isn't it? They are totally listening to us. It's psychotic. Thank you, man. Good to see you, Tim.
Wow.
Take care, brother. All right, as we connect, Wancho, Adon, and LB, back to you guys. Anything else you want to add, Wancho? Still, well, glad I got to get you and have that wrestling moment.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thanks. When I was listening in earlier, I wanted to sort of piggyback with what Tim was talking about, with basically clickbait culture running amok. That's really what's shutting down the discourse, what's getting people hyped up. And all of it boils down to this: all this is happening on Twitter. There's only so much attention you can get if you're going to put on like a multi-post train of thought, where people aren't going to really give a crap and they're not going to really sit there and read through 5 tweets in one long sequence of what your actual nuanced opinion of things are. When what people go for is the easy, punchy, quick, condensed version of opinions, and that's where everyone loses their heads. I've been guilty of that. I've been guilty of falling into that, and also dovetailing into what Tim was saying before he left was we have the impulse of if someone's talking on Twitter and we really want to say something and we really want to respond because they rustled our jimmies in the worst way. I had that today with another YouTube channel, Clownfish TV, when they were basically going off on their thing along with Critical Drinker.
Yep.
They were. I was astounded by how quickly Critical Drinker responded to this. But then again, he's in Scotland ahead of us by 6 hours or whatever. So my brain was I really want to take this down, and I really, really want to. Okay, he's being hyperbolic as hell, even in his video, even in his tweet. Then I want the worst way to just attempt to interrogate, but I took a second. It only takes a couple of seconds to get people to chill the F out. Okay, what's this going to provide? He's here to push his opinion on it. He's doing it in the fastest, punchiest, most reactionable way he can. If it's to express himself or if it's just for gaining attention for his channel or however it is, that could be debated. But don't just take the bait. Think. Take a moment to breathe, mofo, and just don't just snap at people just because. There's no reason to let yourself get that worked up, because that's been the basis of everyone's discourse on all this. And like we mentioned earlier, I even brought it up with my family and my wife, who has a lot of friends in the LGBT community. We have a lot of friends who are trans, and everyone was basically starting off okay, this whole thing with Carano and her pronouns on Twitter, that's stupid. She doesn't have to. She doesn't want to. It'd be the same thing as forcing people out of the closet. If they want to, they will do so on their terms. If they don't wish to, then no one has a right to demand that. It's the same with someone who is cisgender, who doesn't identify as anything as anyone in the LGBT community. If they want to present themselves with their pronouns on their profiles, that is their choice. No one has the right to decide that for them. Everything else that's come after that with the mask and stuff and this last post that came up, people were so focused on the vitriol of the visual comparison that they didn't actually bother to integrate and assimilate the mostly nuanced message that she was trying to tell. It's about the discourse of folks getting on each other's necks that she was really trying to talk about. She didn't explicitly talk about conservatives are being treated as you say, like the discourse between people who are either progressive or conservative or liberal or Democrat and all that good jazz. That discourse is being punched up by Twitter and social media and everyone needing their fix right here and now. That's what's driving everybody up the wall.
There's a lot driving up the wall. And yeah, no, I think you said some really great things in there, man. I'm glad to have you on always, and thank you for your support. But yeah, we got to have more conversations like this. Always glad to have you on, my man. Thank you for everything. Plug Ravens Flock is where we can find you. Yes.
Yep, the Ravens Flock, YouTube.com. We're coming back next Saturday, folks.
Woo!
We'll be back next Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Go do it.
If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do it.
Go subscribe over at Ravens Flock on YouTube. Go support Juancho. He's a good dude. I appreciate you, man. Have a good day.
Thank you for having me on.
Man.
Thanks for letting me give my 2 cents.
Always, man. Anytime, man. All right, we got a couple more people in the building. We got Lewis just showed up, and my man David March. Can we all give another round of applause to this man who dropped $250? That means I think we're almost halfway. Because what's 250 plus 150?
What are you getting? I don't know what's going on here.
So we have an equipment upgrade. My computer is completely crap, and the sound's always a mess. Tonight, I hope, knock on wood, I shouldn't say anything. I duct taped it up together with Chris earlier, spent all afternoon. But the goal is to finally upgrade this equipment. I got this cheap and used because I didn't think, I was like, what am I going to do? But now it's becoming a thing. And this month's a hard time to invest, so I thought if the fans can help me, I'll be able to upgrade it and really kick up the quality and the sound and video and everything. And that way I'm going to match whatever we can get together. I'm going to match and hopefully give me more ability to make more gear and really make this work. So I appreciate everybody who's giving.
What's the goal tonight? What's the goal?
The goal was $1,000. I'm doing it till next week. But hey, if some guy...
Hey, listen. Put the camera on me real quick.
Oh, Jesus. What are you doing, man?
This is what I'm going to do. Is the camera on me? I'm not going to strip.
Camera's on you. You're going to take your clothes off?
It's not a big deal. Relax. The goal's 900. You get to 900, you get Andy to 900, I'll put in the extra 100.
Woo! And we're almost there, actually. The thing
I may not do it. I don't know if it doesn't happen today.
No, Lewis, you never have to.
GameStop money you made.
Don't be misled by that counter above him, because if we add it all up, with 250 plus 150 brings us to what, 400, and then
900.
Steph already got us to 500, and then it looks like we have. I don't think the super chat revenue is counting. So it looks like
there goes my $100. Damn it!
We're at I think we're at like $500-600. So wow, guys, so generous tonight. I mean, thank you so much. And then don't forget next week if I can get more than the goal, it'd be even better, because I'll be able to upgrade the mic and some other stuff, the Stream Deck thing. There's a lot of stuff to really make this work.
$1,000 is just so you guys know, I'm not bullshitting.
It's nothing.
$1,000 is a drop in the button.
Especially to make the stuff work. But I'm doubling up whatever you guys get. I'm gonna put up my own money too. But the more we get, the better. I can upgrade it a little bit better to make sure it's the right stuff. So thank you, Lewis. It's very generous. Everybody who's done it. Let me go through a couple of these real quick. Myra, so good to see you. Always love having you. I think you sent 2. I missed the first one. I just got off work, so I missed the first half. Going to catch up later. I'm very conflicted on Gina. I supported her right to say what she wants, but you got to read the room first, and she didn't. I don't disagree with you. Facts.
That's why I stay out of it, guys. That's why I stay out of it, because I don't know, until you're in the other people's shoes, you don't know what they feel from that tweet. So as a non-Jewish person, I don't know. Maybe it's hurtful. Maybe it's hurtful what she posted. So I stay out of it. I don't know. You know what I mean? Hey, it's like when these politicians praise Fidel Castro. He's our, the guy from World War II to us Cubans, but I have to eat it, when they do it to us. So, I mean, but it's hurtful to us when they praise that son of a bitch. So maybe, there's a thing there. So I don't know.
Maybe.
David March knows what I'm talking about.
And does anyone know how to change can anyone know how to, and OBS people watching, how do I actually adjust? I wish I could change the amount. There's no way to change I need to get a better upgrade.
Wait, on OBS?
Yeah, well, I have this donation goal, but it's locked. It won't let me change the amounts now.
Because you're live.
No, I have to end the goal to do it, and it won't show me what already has been made. So it's just frustrating.
Add another one then.
Add another one. I don't know how to do it. Anyway, so somebody who does OBS, let me know. I need to get a better one for next week, but we'll get there. But
you got to sit down with Darth Daddy Lunga.
Yeah, maybe he'll know. But anyway, if anybody knows, we're close. And then Myra said another one. She should have waited for things to come down. I honestly believe there wouldn't be so much backlash. I think Disney warned her, but she kept pushing, and this was one off. She wouldn't have gotten fired. Yeah, I'm just sad she just didn't get off Twitter for a while.
I got a thread on my beard.
She should. Ew. She should have. She should have read the room. But as we were talking, maybe this is all better. I mean, Tim made some interesting points. She could very well make a lot of money in the conservative circuit and go that route, more than she's probably going to make on that show. But that show would have made her more known and more popular. But you can't adjust it manually. Yeah, it's bad. You can't. So Vito knows. If you have another way, let me know. And oh my gosh, what? Holy moly, Lewis. Who is this? Victor? Who's Victor?
I don't know. Von Doom?
My good I think you did it the real PayPal way and not through Streamlabs. So I don't get to do the amazing thing. But holy moly, Victor, I don't want to say your last name, but Victor just dropped $150.
There you go.
Nice.
Holy moly. So yeah, we're at if that's 500, I said 6, we're at 750. Holy moly. Between that, yeah, that means we're about almost at 750. So we're close. If we make this goal tonight, that would be insane, guys. And then let Lewis, I'm going to put him to the fire. Lewis is like, oh, crap. I thought it was only $150.
Get him to 900.
No, Lewis, you don't have to do it. But man, that means, yeah, we need one. So if he's at 750, yeah, another 150 left, guys. A couple more 50s. And we're going to get to that 1,000 goal already. Yep. Keep it coming. And then we'll be able to do more. I'll figure out. Trust me, we got more we can do for the roast next week, which I have planned. So, guys, my gosh, that is amazing. Victor says, big fan, loved your work on Screen Junkies and was heartbroken when the cancel BS happened to you. I'm happy that you're back on your feet and showing true strength of character, not letting it hold you down. Keep up the good work. Oh, man, you're going to make me lose it. That's amazing. To know, Lewis, you're Don, David, good, and LB, yes. Just getting to know you, but you guys know, it hasn't been easy for me. So lucky to have you guys been here to help me get back up and build this with me. It means the world to me. You know I'm here for all you guys as well. But my God, to be able to be reminded to be like, there's still people out there who remember what I did and liked it and are like, you know what, I got your back. That's an amazing feeling, and I don't get it very often, but it happens here and there, from time to time. So Victor, man, that is so generous and so sweet of you. So thank you for the kind words and the immense generosity. Everybody, throw some planets in the air for my man Victor, who I don't. There he is. Boom, Victor. You also just got mod status. Bam. There you go. It's the least I can do. That way I can keep track. Victor, my man, thank you so much. Throw some planets and stuff in the air for Victor. Bravo. Oh, such an amazing generosity in there. Whew, I'm just talking some. That's what I do, and I'm like, I don't know what to say. I'm just got to keep thinking, but I'm wow, amazing. Thank you, Victor, so much. And speaking of, oh God, way to bring it down.
Right.
Look who just showed up. Such a high and now such a low.
Gotcha.
What's going on, guys?
Hey,
talking about
Vito's in the building.
Mandalorians?
Talking about Mandalorians. No more 2 words for Gina. Only fans. That's a good question for you to start with. Vito's in the building. Vito, do you think Gina Carano could make a killer living on OnlyFans?
I mean, I would sign up for that. Yeah, I'd be
me,
okay.
I
keep trying to look up pictures of this woman, and it's all red carpet photos. She's wearing these dresses that
the bell
hug
costume,
every curve, touch every groove. My God,
yeah,
So
she is a fox.
it was mentioned, like Tim mentioned earlier, that how she's going to make much more money on the conservative side of things. Like, and I just thought of this when you brought it back up, Andy. It's like, okay, we don't know how much she made off the show, and if she was going to get a spin-off show, I don't think doing interviews or whatever would outweigh getting paid for having your own TV show.
No, absolutely not.
But Disney,
actress.
she's not making a ton of money in that show.
No.
I mean, yes, it's more money than we're making. No offense to all of us, but yeah, when you're SAG contract and everything else you're doing, she's making money. But
wait, I
some
don't
of
do
these
politics, man.
I
But
don't
let me
think
ask you guys.
I don't
Are
think
you guys
people
worried
realize
about
like
her financially.
yeah. Well, I was just like Timcast and like
No.
Timcast like quartering these people on YouTube that are they're making money, guys. A lot. You'd be surprised how much monthly.
Got canceled. She was making her Facebook page was making $1 million a month.
Yeah, so you guys are underestimating, like, when you get to those high levels and you're getting hundreds of thousands of views a day, Vito, you know this too, like, the money can be insane when you get to that high of a level. And who knows if she would, but I don't know. I think she could become a celebrity of that world where it could absolutely, I think, make her some money.
Still, as far as the rumors I saw was that they wanted to make her the star of a new show.
Yes. But she's still not. She doesn't have
those plans.
She doesn't have enough cachet to make that rate higher, though. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna get, I don't know, $1 million for that to do that show.
$1 million is, I don't know. I think it's a lot easier to have Disney write your paycheck than to try and build up a conservative brand, and it's also going to be much harder. I think a lot of the guys who have these conservative brands, are very political. I don't know if she has a political mind or wants to talk politics all the time.
That's a fair question, yeah.
That's what
I don't know what she does with that fame.
That's what I was getting at. Like, say if she did get her own show, and it's like, we know, like, once you're in the Disney family, you're in the Disney family. So she probably would have got other roles in other movies or whatever, or TV shows. So it's like, with being like a YouTuber or going in that direction, I don't think it would outweigh getting paid by Disney having your own TV show and other roles.
She's got, I think so, because she's not like the primary actress in there, character, whatever you want to call it. Plus, she's got a lot of history. She could talk about her MMA experience, martial arts, be an inspirational speaker, regardless of what you think of her politics. And she's also has a sympathetic vote, sympathetic character right now. If she makes a move now, she could get donations more than we can imagine. I mean, she'll be richer than Vito. Easy.
Well, sure, but I'm not exactly living high on the hog. I don't know why I'm the comparison.
Imagine if she makes a review for The Last Jedi. Like,
she's not going to get as many hits as me. I hope not. Don't give her any ideas.
Brie Larson got in there.
This is my cash cow, not yours.
I know this is speculation, but like I just don't know, because like, I mean, she went from MMA to becoming an actress, and she's been working on being an actress. So I don't know if she would just pivot to a whole other career when you've spent that many years trying to work on your craft. I don't know.
It's better to be an actress, to be, because, man, getting punched in the head, that's rough, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So like, this brain damage. But if you look at her, like, in the interview she had with Drunk 3PO, where she's, like, not acting, she's actually more likable. Her character's cool, but her acting, she's still learning on the job, in my opinion. It's not anything bad. I do like the character a lot. She does a great job, but it's B actor, MMA fighter style, a la straight to DVD.
Be an actress. Like, she may not have liked this and chose this as a way out. She might have hated all her coworkers. We don't really know.
I think what happened was you had a lady who didn't realize she works for Disney, a corporation which, despite their numerous human rights violations, claims to be the most family-friendly thing that ever existed. We'll not dwell too long on that. Disney's whole brand is shut up and smile. They're used to working with 12-year-olds who are easier to tell them to shut up. And I guess here, I don't know, maybe Gina didn't get that memo. Disney has this stupid, squeaky clean brand image. And when you're posting, photos of a Jewish woman running down the street, I don't know why I'm laughing, but being chased by, Nazis, it's not a very Disney-friendly imagery, Mm-hmm. And I think ultimately, I think it's bad that they fired her. If they fired her without a talk, obviously, I think they did have a talk, though. They must have, because this is not the first time she's trended on social media. I think they sat her down and they said, shut your mouth. And for some reason, she was unable to follow that, instruction. Can I tell Disney, like, you got to it's Disney. Again, if it was any other company, I'd almost be like, let them say what they want. But, when you think of Disney, I think of Mickey Mouse running around with Donald Duck. I don't think about Jewish women running down the street. It doesn't fit the brand tone,
Yeah, she has to have known. I don't think she would have not known. But the question of did she choose to just do it anyway is one I'm still wondering. Like, did she want out? Was she sort of frustrated? I don't know. Did she, from everything I've been told, she found out that day. And judging by Drunk C-3PO's reaction on that stream when he did it, it felt that was sort of, you could tell, like, he he was shocked. So I don't know. I haven't talked to him. I'm not trying to speculate, but
wait, did she find out midstream?
No, she wasn't there. He was there, and he's been very close to her, and they seem to be friendly. And I'm sure he doesn't know everything either. I mean, they're not that close, even though he wants to be, but they're close enough that I don't know. His reaction was telling because. I don't know. And then I've heard she didn't know, but I haven't spoken to her. I don't know. Speculation. But it does, from what I've heard also from folks at Disney, like they made that decision that day to do it based off of that tweet. But it seems like there was an ongoing, this is going to happen. I mean, her publicist apparently fired her, or like quit in November. So the writing was on the wall. It's shocking to me she didn't pull like a Shuri from Black Panther who just left Twitter. She left Twitter because she made something about the masks or the vaccinations or something, and she wisely was like, "I'm gonna duck out of here." Someone got her offline because I don't know. I think that was a very wise move on her part because she's got a big Black Panther future, and she wouldn't have if she kept maybe talking down that rabbit hole.
Is the woman that plays Shuri, is she American? What?
I think she's British actually.
She may not understand because I think this whole Twitter weirdness. Where you could get a person with one follower trending, based on their tweet is maybe she doesn't understand what's going on, and maybe they go, you know what, just get off Twitter, and that's a great advice. Whoever gave.
I mean, if you're, I always say, if you get a job working for, I don't know how these people go out and they go, I just got a job at Disney. I'm going to be writing this or working on this or whatever. Shut up. Before you post any of that, there's a website. It's called tweetdelete.net. It'll delete all your tweets in about 10 minutes. Everything you've ever tweeted. Do that.
Funny because
Disney totally hulkified you. Yeah, Disney.
That's what the one woman who went to work for Disney did. The one who used to work for Weinstein. As soon as she got a job working at Disney, all her tweets disappeared.
I have a buddy. He used to love being on social media. I'd see him on Twitter. I'd talk to him on Facebook. He gets a job at Nintendo. He sends me a message. He goes, well, when I lose this job, maybe we'll talk again. But and he disappeared. I haven't heard from this guy in 5 years.
That's
why? Because
amazing.
Nintendo is the most family-friendly company. You can't say anything. You can't do anything. I don't know if he's alive or dead. And God bless his heart. He's the smartest man on the planet Earth. I said, I understand. He deleted all his social media. Okay, because either A, you learn to toe that line if you're working for a company like a Disney or a Nintendo, or B, you get fired. Either toe the line or delete everything.
But
those are your two options.
I love that step one of working for Nintendo is defriend veto.
Defriend? Well, yes. That's the first rule of most life decisions. If you're trying to move forward in life, you want nothing to do with me, and I understand it.
Black Shirt Podcast, thank you for that donation. Greetings from the Black Shirt Podcast. Gear issues are the worst. They sure are. Great show. Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. See, that's how it works, folks. He watched the show. He's entertained. He pays for it at the end. It's like buying a drink on the show. Imagine if we were in a comedy club and you had to buy a couple drinks for the show. Think of a YouTube stream like that. Entertain you for a few hours.
2 drink minimum.
2 drink minimum here. People are like, why do they have to beg for the money? I'm not trying to bet, but it is. Tonight I am just because I want to reach my goal. That would be amazing. But that's how it works. So Black Shirt, I will happily plug you now too. The Black Shirt Podcast. I wonder what that is. Do you think they talk about shirts, Vito, all the whole time?
Is this shirt black enough? Talk about shirts. I imagine it's some sort of reference to something.
Yeah,
I can't imagine that'd be a popular podcast.
I want to hear a whole episode just about black shirts, and I will listen to. I
will tell you real quick that the Streamlabs donation meter does not register super chats, and you cannot manually adjust.
Is there a better way to do it?
Not that I know of. I think Streamlabs specifically wants you to be directing people to use the Streamlabs tip link.
Even though the Streamlabs tally can have it, clearly could tabulate it all. They register your super chats too. Why can't that? That's frustrating.
I think it's a decision to force people to use Streamlabs. It is very annoying. There might be an alternative. I just am too lazy.
Well, yeah. Well, Darth Daddy Lunga and the Grey Council show, they do something that allows them to calculate all their different things.
And super chats?
Yeah,
I'll have to get Lunga.
StreamYards, everything just goes to one big thing for the running monthly total. So they have something.
Wait, did someone super chat you?
Super chat, booyah! No, not. Did they?
Quick, somebody super chat. I don't think.
Oh, you have it on this. You'll use it here. Taylor thank you, Taylor, over on the Cash App. Another way to do it. I'm keeping all the totals. So therefore, we just broke. We're now at $703. Woo!
All right.
703.
$197 more, and I'll wait.
We almost did it.
Yeah.
That's insane. Thank you guys, because I literally have to buy this computer, and I'm just like, shit, I can't afford this. But now you guys just made it so I can.
Is that what you're buying? You're buying a PC?
I need a new PC. I literally bought a used one, and I've been working it to death for the past 2 years.
Buy a used PC?
I bought a used PC, and I'm like, no. I gotta really buy a nice legit one. That's gonna be I'm gonna do a Henry. I will do a members only Henry Cavill video of me making the computer, because I'm gonna put it together.
There you go.
It's gonna be hot. So there, if you want to see
get a
me,
Ryzen?
I might
What,
even
you
take
going
my shirt
AMD?
off. We'll see. If you got
You going
ideas,
AMD
let me
or
know.
Intel?
PC people out there who want to help or have pieces they want to suggest or donate, hit me up, DM me with your suggestions. But I forget. Chris, my man Chris, my Alfred, has been helping me on Newegg, going through all the pieces to get. But if anybody has a better suggestion, by all means, I'm all.
Tell them you want a thread ripper. You're gonna be ripping threads, baby.
Ripping threads. I don't need it for gaming. I just want the RAM to be able to have multiple things going and editing.
You edit video, though, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Editing and streaming is really what I need it for.
Get as much RAM as you can, and some graphics cards actually help with editing now for some reason. So
yep,
get a good.
That was the word.
That's the thing is, like you say, you don't want a game, but it turns out a good gaming PC is just a good editing PC anyway.
That's what we told you yesterday. Remember the one I suggested?
No, the one you sent me was good, but I think he's figured out a way to send it a little bit more to help. Oh, look at that! The Black Shirt Podcast. Here's my second drink, 2-drink minimum. Thanks for the plug. Black Shirt. See, one more plug, Black Shirt, and I'll open up the link. How about that? That feels fair. Black Shirt Podcast. I will look up and see what the podcast is, because I'm now. If you send me a third chat, I'll be curious enough to go open it on screen and talk about it. The Black Shirt Podcast. And if you have a Black Shirt podcast, if you don't tell me until he does it. But
my God, what is? Oh,
my God! Somebody do it for him. But thank you. Here's the second drink. That's how it works. That's a good way to think about it. For those of you like, I can't do it. You would if you went out for the night. And some of these times you do. But sometimes you have to pay everybody. I get it. And sometimes you want to save it for Nerd Report or Vito or the Lonely Banter.
Vito is very important. I get some donations.
It happens.
I was streaming about Gina earlier. Everybody was arguing.
So do you have a hot take on that before we go back around the
I mean, how hot a take can you have? It's
everybody's just repeating themselves at this point.
Well, that's the thing is it's not that deep a situation. She said a thing that ultimately is pretty boring, I think. As we were saying, I mean, this kind of World War II hyperbole seems to have existed since. It seems like the second World War II ended, everybody went, my cousin Steve, he's a lot like that Hitler. You know, it's like everybody does it. Now, I think the problem was that the image she posted was very inflammatory. Again, I don't want a Disney star to be posting. I don't want to look at World War II images. It's weird.
Yeah, it's
very weird.
I'm not even
the
gonna cut
image
it
is
again.
harsh. Yes,
it's a harsh image.
I think there's also an angle of it. I don't know exactly who at Disney is Jewish, but I know famously, Megan Fox got fired from Transformers because she called Michael Bay, compared him to Hitler.
She did.
So there is, Hollywood. There's a lot of Jewish people in Hollywood working within that industry who are a lot more sensitive to this kind of thing than me as an Italian and probably a propaganda. What did the Italians do? We had Mussolini? We were bad people.
Yeah.
So they're probably more sensitive to this imagery than I personally am, but I get it. Again, it's something where I wish she could have had an opportunity to apologize, but it seems like she was probably given, instruction to stop causing trouble on social media, and seems to have been incapable of it.
Mm-hmm. We shall see. All right, look, I want to go to LB and wrap up with him and get some other final thoughts, because I know he's got to leave soon too. But as we wrap things up, but LB, thank you for being here. Any thoughts or any things you want to mention before we plug you and you dip out? But I just want to make sure I gave you back the screen.
Oh man, thank you for having me on again. It was fun talking to everybody. It was a good conversation, and Antonio definitely made my night.
That was entertaining. He's messaged me already. Is he still there? Yeah, Antonio is still in the waiting room. But yeah, it's really good. That's never happened. You've never been able to talk someone back off of their hate of you on one of your shows.
No, it's happened, but it doesn't really happen like that. He that was a whole different experience.
It was fun, and I'm not trying to hate on it, but yeah, it was
good.
It was good. Well, LB, everybody, let me plug up, and then you can dip out as you need to. But wait,
I don't hate you, LB. I love you.
I wanted to give you a friendly
love,
plug.
much love
Here we go.
everybody.
Lonely Banter, is here. And
where do I find LB if I want more hot LB content?
here he is.
The Lonely Banter.
The Lonely Banter. He does cool call-ins and stuff, rants and things, and a lot of stuff I talk about. You can go catch him over there. He's been on Nerd Wars. It was. I think we threw you to the wolves in that one, but we'll get you back. We'll get you in there. And bravo for coming on. Check him out, guys. Hit that subscribe like I did if you want to go get some more buffoonery, hypocrisy, and realness.
It's got a GQ pose right there. I like it.
I know.
I'm gonna subscribe.
Sexy.
That
Go
ain't
hit
a
him up.
GQ pose. That's my fed up pose.
You look modelish. There.
Sub to LB here. There it is. I just linked him out so you can get it. Thank you for coming, man. Any final words?
Nah, man, I'm ready for WandaVision tonight.
Yeah.
That's about it, man. And then I'll spend the rest of the weekend wondering what's going on with WandaVision.
Exactly. We'll be covered. Well, we'll be on Nerd Report watching it live there. So
Yep.
are you doing one too? You'll do your
I'm
reaction?
actually gonna get out right now. I'm gonna go to Nerd Report. We're gonna start movie
prepping
talk,
it.
and then we're gonna go all the way to midnight, and then maybe we'll have a little fundraiser so I can recover the $100 I'm gonna owe Andy because you guys are gonna kick in.
Well, I think you're already there,
To $900.
dude. We just got. Oh my gosh, Melvin just dropped 100. Melvin the Magnificent. Andy, don't Amber Heard us. Make sure this money goes to a good cause. I assure you it is. I will show you guys the computer. I will show you the before and after. Melvin, my God, the Melvin the Magnificent. Bravo, through the PayPal. So it goes there. So we're at $800. Holy moly, we're $100 away, and then I'm gonna make. I don't want to make.
I'm gonna go now, but like I said,
I'll phone
from Nerd Report.
We'll phone you in
Get
from
Andy
your
up to
show.
900.
I'll phone you in
Get
from
him
your
up to
show as we
900,
do.
I'll put in the rest.
Thank you, LB.
Get
Thank
him
you,
past
Lewis. We'll
900.
plug over there in a
Come
minute
on.
as he preps.
Get him
Thank
to
you both.
1200.
Night to all of y'all. Take
Good night,
care.
guys. Thank you both. So Vito, Adon, David, as we're in here, I'm going to hang a little bit longer, but if you guys need to bounce, go for it. But I'm going to try and get a little bit more. Let's see what goes on because we're so close. Oh, my God, we almost made it. Melvin the Magnificent. That was magnificent.
Melvin the Master.
Whoo. Man, I'm not used to it. It's always good when you have give your audience an actual, here's our goal and here's what we're going to do. It does definitely inspire. So I'm glad and it's real. So I'm glad I told you guys. And then we got one from Linda. Thank you, Linda. Sending over another $5 over through the PayPal way. Putting it to 805. And it's actually, and then we got another one from, look, the Black Shirt podcast. Hello, he's getting the plug. It had 3 in a row.
He's got a YouTube and everything.
That's how. All right, so here we. Oh, you already checked it all out, Vito. Here we go.
I'm saying you can find him on YouTube.
I found his Facebook. You got to tell. You didn't tell me where to go.
I would imagine I don't know. What's his primary?
Cobra Kai is back. Discuss it. No, hold on.
I mean, people are on YouTube, so send them to the YouTube.
How do I? Is there a Black Shirt YouTube?
Yeah, just go to YouTube and type in Black Shirt Podcast.
Wow, Vito's teaching me how to use the internet.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Grandpa, just Google
Okay.
it. Well, I'm saying now people can click right over and
there we go.
Hit that subscribe
The Black
button.
Shirt Podcast. Here it is. All right, so they're talking about who should play. If you talk about Robert Downey Jr., I will subscribe.
It's driving me nuts every time I see somebody post.
You like that RDJ, huh?
Thrawn, who's gonna be Thrawn?
Yeah,
Why
just
would you
because
think
he
they would
knows
go
it'll
anywhere
drive
else?
Lunga crazy.
You know what I love is I love that.
Clint Baker. What's up, Clint?
It'd be different if he was only a voice actor, but he's in a great.
All right, let's judge Clint. Vito, Adon, David. Since he paid me $30, let's give Clint a review, shall we? Let's see. How's he do? Let's do it. Let's see how this goes. Which video are we gonna watch?
Or are we reviewing his YouTube channel?
Yeah, he has 3 minutes. We're gonna give him not meanly. Let's give him some feedback. It seems like he's a pro.
It's great. 100%.
Do you want to watch? Let's watch the General Thrawn one. Here we go. Let's do
Every time I
it.
see somebody posting, "Hey, who should play Thrawn? Who's gonna be Thrawn?" Why would you think they would go anywhere else?
He did it as a tease. That's a common thing. Good for you, man. And then he's editing it. Let's take some time to do all that.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Clint from
He plays
the Black
guitar.
Shirt Podcast. I'm doing a little thing called In
I think
the
he's
Comments.
got it. I
I've
think
been
he's got the it
noticing in the
factor.
comments,
He's got the
people
voice.
talking about
Yeah,
Benedict
he's got the
Cumberbatch
energy. He's
being
He's
Grand Admiral Thrawn.
I mean,
got the facial expressions.
I don't don't think so. Why? Because he's a movie star. I think he's going to be way too expensive for that. Could he pull it off? Yes, he is an amazing actor. He's.
I'm also confused. What nationality is he too? Is it seems like he could be. He's got a little exoticness to him, or he just could be white. But I can't tell. Can you tell? Vito, what's your
I'm gonna say he's white.
Guess the nationality of Clint.
I don't see color. First of all. You racist.
He's got that whole like Armenian, maybe
there's
kidnap
something.
your daughter and sell her into slavery.
Whoa, Jesus, no! I don't know about that. Jesus.
Share, subscribe, click the notification
I'm gonna say though, I think you might need he might need some lighting. He might need a better camera because there's some grain. If you look at that microphone in particular, he's got some grain on there.
Live stream.
You can see that happening.
It's a lot of fun. We talk about
see that graininess.
Marvel, all of
I
that
see what you're talking about.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
Wow, why don't you being shitty on the guy?
No, I'm saying just get a nicer webcam. I mean, I film all my crap with a webcam.
It took him a minute to get here, but it's a 3-minute video. So who?
Thrawn, get Lars Mikkelsen.
Okay, so he did.
Got a relationship with Filoni.
That's the sort of easy answer.
I think he's got the person. He's got the voice. The voice is the big
we
thing.
don't even know it. I can't see why.
The only thing I could say is keep doing it and maybe up the production quality a little bit with the camera or whatever. But otherwise, seems good. He's got the mic.
I'm almost certain.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he makes an even 50, he can come on the show. I'll let him in.
Fantastic screen actor.
He's doing better. He looks better than what I make.
They had her become.
I will.
If you more effort into it than I do.
even out your donations to make that an even 50 tonight, I'll get you on the Zoom link.
Oh, come on! Stop bilking the guy. Well, I mean, if he puts another 100 in the pot,
I'm just trying to get the goal. Somebody else should pay him for it. Yeah, look. What do you guys think? Do you like his take? Are you gonna? I mean, I did give him a big plug. Are you guys gonna go subscribe to the Black Shirt Podcast?
I already have.
It's a fun conversation. So if you have any ideas of somebody else,
of course. Look, his subscribers just went up like 10.
Say something in the comments.
Boom.
If you have something else you'd like me to talk about, say something in the comments.
Money
and we'll
talks.
make a video about it.
Yeah, I mean, well, being proactive also talks.
But
he stretched out the fact that he wants the guy who voiced Thrawn to play Thrawn for a good 3.5 minutes, and it felt engaging enough. So good for you, Clint. I know the struggle. Sometimes it's hard, but you did the tease. You did a lot of plugs. I gotta say, overall, you got a good personality there. I'm impressed. Good for you, man. And
you gotta for the algorithm. You gotta get it to 10 minutes, though, buddy. That's what's gotta happen.
That's not always true. I gave you a like there. It's added to like videos. But that's actually not true. You've seen Doug TenNapel do his YouTube channel, right?
How long are his videos?
3 minutes. He's crushing it with the 3-minute format. He's making like $150,000 a month off of those 3-minute videos.
Yeah, Doug TenNapel has found the niche.
He's just leaning in hard and making the money. Good for him, man. And I've talked to him a couple times, sort of getting the insight from the algorithm because he's revealed it all. He's telling everybody what he's making as long as it lasts. But it does. The shorts can work. The problem is if you establish the shorts for a while, then your channel doesn't like the law. You got to pick a format. I've tried to do shorts, and then I've gotten punished. I've noticed instead of once I go back to the time, it sort of helps. But I do think I'd be better off if I was shorter. But for those that don't know, 8 to 10 minutes is the goal because once you hit 8 minutes, you can put pre-rolls in, and then YouTube puts all those ads that I'm sure you guys are annoyed that are all in my videos. But hey,
is it 8 minutes? I thought it was 10. I don't actually aim for any.
It's 8 now.
I don't aim for any specific length. It just kind of ends up naturally being at least 10 or so.
Yeah, I mean, your videos, you do a cool take. You have something that you usually have something to talk about for a little while. You don't just. Sometimes I gotta stretch out a story. You know.
Again, I haven't been making any videos because like nothing's happened. This is the first time something's happened in like a month with the Gina Carano thing.
What about Joss Whedon? You guys have
there's plenty you could be doing on.
You guys have been talking about that.
Because I don't find it interesting. What happened? He was a mean director? I don't know.
Well, it's more the fact that all these girls have been coming out to talk about him. And he was like Mr. I'm super woke. Everyone thought he was the ultra feminist, and it turns out he was just as big a dick as every other guy who's
supposedly. I don't know. I wasn't there. I mean, like, when you guy's ex-wife is talking crap about him, I go, okay, but how much can I take that with a grain of salt? Or an actress who gets fired? I'm like, yeah, but don't they have an alternative motivation to not like this guy? To be fair, I think Sarah Michelle Gellar even has kind of backed up some of this stuff.
Yep.
But ultimately, I'm like, can I get like some specifics? I mean, she said she's kind of insinuating that he told her to get an abortion. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't buy that. That does not sound.
I do, sadly.
You really think that that's something Joss Whedon would go? Can you abort that kid so I can make my stupid vampire show? I
Yep.
don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Yeah.
It seems too much.
I do buy it. I do buy it. There's just
Is Joss Whedon? Do you know anything about Joss Whedon? Have you heard stories, rumblings?
No, not actually. But I've seen her. I've seen her out there at cons, and I don't know. She's been telling the story for a while, and you can tell she's been troubled by it and frustrated. There was one I looked at because I was trying to figure it out back when Ray was making accusations about is Joss a bad person. Some people were clicking to her back then. That's clearly how they connected. But yeah, you could just tell she was very uncomfortable about it all, and she did share a story similar. It just feels like she's been holding that in for a while. But the other thing I respect about it all is like she's not out there like cancel him, fire him. She's just telling everybody what happened and that she doesn't like the guy. The opposite of what Ray's doing, which is not telling us specifics.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Then and then demanding that not only he but anybody who's above him who hit him to all be destroyed and never work again. It's too much for me. He say what happened, let people know, and that's sometimes the best that's going to happen. It's a movie that's not there anymore. He's barely working, the dude. Like I don't get it. And sometimes it is more complicated than he's alluding to. And unless we have specifics, we don't know. You could read Charisma Carpenter's things and say, well, none of this is good. He seems like a jerk, but there's nothing criminal. I'm not gonna. Yeah. I can't put the guy away and fire him. But we can not hire him again, and people can now know they don't want to work with him because it seems like he's a bit of a douche right now. I think that's the reality that happens, right? But without any examples and keeping it vague, Ray Fisher is able to make it seem like he's a Weinstein person. And I don't know if that's true. What if it really was like, dude, say booyah. What the hell? I'm going to fire you if you don't say booyah. You want to work in this town again? Say booyah. Like, I'm sorry. He's allowed to do that. It's not a criminal offense, and you could be pissed at him all you want.
Yeah, he's the director.
It is what it is.
Come on.
And I'm sure Warner Brothers was down there like, make this happen, get this done. I'm sick of this cast. Zack Snyder sucks. His movie sucks. We've wasted all this money. His movies have been bombing. We don't want to do this anymore. Fix it. Here's your chance to fix it. Well, the cast doesn't want to do it. Screw the cast. Yeah, but Ray Fisher's tell him to go F himself. Like, that's probably the reality of what happened, right? But does that mean they're all supposed to be fired forever? No. That's why.
A friend of mine, he works in the film business. He's a site manager for a lot of stuff. And he got another friend of ours' son a job working as a PA. And the guy's like, he said he goes to the kid on the first day of his job working for this movie theater and says, if the director hasn't fired you by noon, I'll be shocked.
Yeah.
And he's like, he comes back like 4 hours later, and like, the director's fired me. He's like, yeah, you won't remember that in 2 hours.
Yeah, ultimately, I mean, when I hear a director was a dick on set, I'm like, dude, a director's got so much pressure to perform. More pressure than any actor or actress or anything else. Like, everything's on the line. Here, I don't know, he was snippy to you on set. He tried to make you say a famous line that you didn't want to say because you're I don't know, you thought it was racist to use the catchphrase of the character. Come on, man. I don't know. I guess, to get me to turn against the director, you need much more than, like... Again, if he told you to get an abortion, sure, but I just really do not buy that. It sounds like a he said, she said type
I don't know.
situation.
That feels like... It sounds like the guy, again, based off of what we've been reading, right? Sounds like the guy was, like, negging a little bit, like all the actresses, and keeping it, like... sort of just like giving him shit. Wow. All these hot girls he worked with.
Yeah.
Whoa, Quintor! Woo! Sorry, I was gonna keep it. Quintor! Why is it not showing up on my thing? Come on! I need this new system. It's like my system can't handle all this stuff happening.
All the data.
Oh
coming
my
through
God!
Those tubes.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Yeah.
But Quintar, for some reason, it's not coming in. Just dropped 100.
Well, that
are we able to nail?
So yeah, now we're at. Well, let's see if there it is. My Andy Dufresne. That's when it breaks out. Quintar, throw those planets up in the air. He just got us to $915.
Yes.
Now come on,
Nice.
Let's get to a point where we don't have to rely on Lewis, and then he'll make me 110. You guys can do without him. Lewis is doing his own best.
Yeah,
you know,
come
let's,
on, we're gonna
let's
upgrade
give
their
Lewis
graphics
$100 and by giving me the $100 so he doesn't have to. We got $75 left. Who's going to step up in this last 15 minutes or so to step up like Quintar just did? Holy moly. Dude, I need to know more. How do I? Quintar, man, you just got mod status. I'm gonna give it whenever he drops a hundred. You're now part of the fam, so that way you get in there.
Not to get mod status.
Damn, that was nice. Bravo. Throw those planets in the air. Go show Quintar some love. Damn, that's amazing. So much love in this chat tonight. All investing in this channel. I'm speechless, but I try not to be because I know you're watching me. But guys, thank you, Quintar. That was amazing. You just stepped it up. Who's gonna match? Steph set that up, and now both Quintar and Victor, and obviously David, Marcus, all stepped up tonight with huge donations, along with so many others. You were very generous, including the Black Shirt Podcast. Who's going to step up and match that last 75 or make it an even 100 like Steph and everybody else did? We got one more chance. Do it. Quintar, bravo. I'm looking at you, Quintar. Thank you. Let me know if you got a topic or something you want us to talk about. I'll stay a little bit extra and do it just for you, my man. So tell me. I appreciate it, man. And you're going to help me get there now. I got 5 on it. Joshua. Oh, man, Joshua. Good to see you, man. You were going to come in. We're not going to be here that much longer, but you are always welcome, my man. Joshua is a smart fella. I just put the link in your thing. If you want to come in, no pressure. But I like him on Twitter and when he comes on here. But thank you, Joshua. Very, very nice of you. It's not like Quintar level, Joshua. Let's be honest, but it's still nice. All right, sorry. I just lost my control. We were talking about Joss Whedon, and I was going to say to Vito's response, I could totally see him sort of negging. Like he just seems like, from what it is, he was kind of a dick to them all. And that was sort of like the style that Joss sort of was. And I've seen that on every set.
A joking dick, you know, like, so you're gonna abort that thing, you know? Like, I don't think it was a serious suggestion.
I don't know, man. I think it was. Victor!
You gotta be a real.
Victor just dropped a 75. But we did it. Holy shit! I didn't think we would do it.
Oh, look
I thought let's break. And then Melvin's like, let's break the bank. Wow! We just brought it over to 50. Both of you guys, Melvin and oh my God, Melvin, you just got. Do you not have mod status already? You are now a mod. A mod god. Look at that, Victor. 75 from Victor. Let's go. And Melvin the Magnificent, $50, breaking the bank. Popcorn Planet, we just made our goal in one night. We raised $1,000 to upgrade this stupid computer. So you know what that means? I'm buying the computer this weekend. It's happening. And now I got a budget. I'm going to friggin' do it. And we're going to step up. You're going to get better audio. It's going to be slicker. I'm going to put all these funds in there as it comes in. Melvin come as well. Oh, my God. And Lewis still owes me $100. Let's use that over his head.
Yeah, he's going over there.
No, I'll just drop, or once he gives it to me, I'll drop it back on his, because I know Lewis is working his butt off. He would kill.
I think Lewis
would kill for $1,000 a night.
Donate it to me. I think that's what he would really want.
Yeah, you don't need it either. Your videos do well. Lewis is still crushing it every night. Watching WandaVision.
I'm not doing that good. I'm too lazy.
Go watch the Nerd Report. You're doing better than him. Don't be a jerk. Bad Fame Media. Thank you, man. Oh yeah,
I mean, Lewis has a lucrative poster selling operation.
Have you been down there to Frankensons?
I have been down there.
Have you seen him there? He's got a good setup.
Frankensons, yeah, he's selling movie posters.
Whoo!
I don't know if he has the license for them, but he's selling them.
Shh. I don't know if that works out there.
On the DL.
Ooh, but anyway, all right, back to topics. But man, booyah! Again, keep throwing the love over to Melvin, to Victor. Man, he really stepped up there at the end. And Quintar, holy moly, you guys are rock stars. You did it. We did it at the very end of the night. We made it, and now we're gonna do it again. I promised you the roast. We'll do the roast. I need some more stuff. I really need the PC, but if we're really gonna kick it up, holy crap, let's keep going. So you guys don't stop. Everything matters. All of it adds up and funds this thing going, so I can keep doing this. Because Vito knows it's some days this week. I'm hustling, man. You're like, I don't want to talk about this. I talk about it all because if I don't, I don't get paid.
What? I mean, yeah, I get it. You
gotta have the hustle.
Trouble. I'm worried if I'm not invested in a topic, people are gonna tell, you know, because there's some guys who could put out like 5 videos a day. I don't know how many videos a day you're doing.
I'm struggling with that too. Look, I don't put it out there unless I have some interest. Sometimes more of them interest me than others, but I find an interest there. But yeah, and I'm trying to free up so I can do more time on Movie World where I'm really having fun, but no one watches it. But like I just spent 2 hours writing about In the Line of Fire, the Wolfgang Peterson Clint Eastwood movie, Like that was fun for me to like go and like research and talk about and put together, and I'm gonna edit a little bit. I do those for fun because it's fun. But and then Hugging a Cactus also, I just do that because I really want to have those conversations, which I'd love you on, Vito, at some point to come do a serious talk over there. Those
sure.
are other things I keep going on.
I
top
have
of
nothing going on in my life, so anytime you need something.
Yeah, no, likewise.
I'm just locked in this house with a bunch of cats.
You dropped something in the Cash App. Did I miss one? And then I did want to respond to the Joss thing and finish that before we wrap. But now that they paid, I want to give a little extra. Did I get it? I guess Taylor, I got it. I didn't get one in the mashup. But A-Train, you gave up earlier too. That's Antonio, who Vito. He was in the chat calling me out, saying, "Man, Andy, I looked up to you. I used to respect you." And I saw him just sort of getting frustrated. So I said, "Come on the show." And he came on the show, and I don't know. Can you explain what happened to Don better than me saying it?
I think there was like a little bit of misunderstanding, and like when we had a conversation, the air was cleared, and like everything, it was the same thing that we tell everybody. Like you can have different points of view, and sometimes you can have different understandings. But if you talk it out, you can come to an understanding. And there was like a realization, like, okay, this is actually what's going on. And then he was like, I'm back on the train.
Right. The A-Train was back on the train.
People get very distorted perceptions of each other on the internet. It's one of the big problems you run into, especially on sites like Twitter, which in Instagram or whatever else. You can't really communicate tone well.
Well,
the only option you have is to use an emoji, to be like, oh, I'm saying this with a smiley face. But whenever I see an emoji, it feels like mocking, It feels fake.
Well, I would say in his defense, like he had a long day. He's been working.
He did.
He comes in late into the conversation, and like perspective is a huge thing. That changes how the conversation goes too.
Yeah. I have trouble. It sucks. I'm on Twitter a lot, and I'm always like fighting on there. People who only know me from Twitter have a very different opinion of people who have actually watched me and my content and watched me have discussions. I don't know. And that's probably part of what's going on with Gina Carano is you see something like that, and you don't know, the way she's saying it. Is she coming from a reasonable point of view, or is she coming from an angry place?
All good questions. You can't make that basis on just what you read on Twitter. I was saying that to Tim Young, who is I see some of his conservative takes, and it's like I don't agree, and I'll be like, that guy. Then we had a whole chat tonight. And he's a good dude, nerd. You can just tell. Sometimes people just say shit on Twitter. And then his funny thing was like, yeah, most of those tweets I said while I was on the shitter. It's just the reality of what life is. So you can't just judge them by what you see on Twitter.
Yeah, we got to do something about social media. We definitely do, man. We got to reframe it or something.
There are alternatives out there. They're already starting to make some waves. And have you guys watched the Social Dilemma? I believe it is on Netflix.
I have not.
I've been meaning to, but I also didn't want to be depressed.
It's actually not too. It's actually pretty good. It's a bunch of these guys who are former executives from all these companies who they made a movie explaining how these Facebook and Twitter and all these things work.
I did see that.
And it's explaining. It really changes your perspective on this stuff. And there are other alternate internet things that are like, we're trying not to be exploitive like the way Facebook and Twitter is, because they're designed to get you to engage and designed to keep you mad because they know that will keep you engaged on their platform and waste your time and use your information to sell to other people. And like I'm on Locals, which is more like old AOL boards where you just go to places where you find people you agree with, spend a lot more time on Discord talking to people, and you don't have all this graphical reinforcement you get from like Twitter, which is designed to keep you engaged and keep you angry.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
You should do. You should.
It is actually, and they dramatize it a little bit, if I remember correctly. So they have the discussions, and then they dramatize it. They have like one of the
night James,
the actors
James,
from Santa Clarita Diet. I remember that, and I was like, Jesus. And then it's weird because they do talk about like how it's, even though it's social media, it's designed to be like a drug.
Yes.
It's really, it's like scientifically designed to make you want to look at your phone, get on social media, and then you feel like withdrawal symptoms if you don't. It's weird. So
especially now where I don't get other human interaction quite regularly.
Yeah,
true.
Like, where else do I go? You know, it's not healthy though. It's bad.
Well, and it's also just like the parts I've seen or know about, which I've seen elsewhere too, is just the fact that they're all just trying to keep you on there longer, and just how do we trick you to stay there? And I don't know if they do it in that doc, but I always remember I've said this a few times, but it's like Netflix's biggest competition isn't another streamer, it's sleep. Like they literally are trying to figure out how to like keep you awake to watch more of the content, like, which is so goddamn depressing.
That's terrifying.
But yeah, it's terrifying when it is. But anyway, I gotta plug the Black Shirt podcast again. He dropped that final 20 to tell us he's half Mexican, Vito.
Half Mexican, the best kind of
and there people were asking. Vito's channel is just look up Vito. He got Vito. If you go there, Vito Guasualdi. Did I say it?
Guasualdi.
Yeah. That was close.
Nobody can spell that word.
But there's Vito's channel, and then I'll plug it again.
Like
there's Clint from the Plint.
Oh, true.
Let's get come on. Clint just dropped $50 on the channel tonight, and I think we gave him about 12 subscribers.
I subscribed.
Let's get him to an even 50 at least. Let's get Clint to that 50.
To the Black Shirt
it's 42.
podcast.
Go give this guy. He's out there hustling, investing in this channel to sort of plug himself. I applaud it. I just sent the link, Clint. If you want to join, you are now. Well, I'm a man of my word. You got the link there. Come on in if you want to chat, say hello, and
the hustle is
do it.
real.
The hustle is real, and I appreciate a good hustle. So I see it, man.
Andy, I got a package today.
I'll see you guys later.
Thanks, David.
I'm going to go hang out with
Dave.
you for a bit.
Go do it. We'll see you soon, David.
All right.
Let's talk about
I'm
Vito's.
probably gonna head out too, but real quick,
before he heads out, I want to see Vito's package.
This is Southland Tales, the director's cut.
Wait, it's a DVD or a book?
Wow.
It's
Blu-ray.
a comic. Whoa.
Okay.
This is the brand new Blu-ray release.
Did they send it to you as like an influencer? Did you like demand it?
No.
You
I
paid
had
for
to pay
it.
real money for this. This is a 2-disc limited edition containing a new 2K restoration by Arrow Films, approved by director Richard Kelly and DP Stephen Poster.
How funny! Wait, can you tilt it so it's not as reflective on it so we can see?
I'm
There it
trying
is. It's starring Buffy, The Rock, and Stifler.
With Justin Timberlake narrating.
Wow.
And he gets a music video in the middle of the movie.
Is The Rock really like the star, or are they using that because he's The Rock?
No, The Rock is legitimately the main character.
Mm.
All right.
The Rock and Stifler are like the two main characters. It kind of follows both. Well, Buffy's kind of a main character too. Everybody's a main character.
All right, so
let's put it that
will
way.
you
It's mostly The Rock, though.
Will you
this
watch
like The
it?
Rock's first movie.
Doesn't it go like by 3 different perspectives? Like
it changes perspective a lot, yeah, and not just 3. There's more than 3.
So if I'm going to watch it, should I watch the original or should I watch that?
You should absolutely. Well, this has both versions on here.
Yeah, but I'm not going to buy it.
Shut up. It has the 145-minute theatrical cut.
Oh my god.
And the 158-minute con cut, which premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, and I believe was laughed out of the theater.
a 13-minute difference.
I would watch, but I think the con cut might have unfinished special effects in the original Justin Timberlake. I would watch the theatrical cut. I would think. I mean, I haven't watched the con cut. I don't.
So
I used to have it on my computer, and I just never made time to watch it because it's 158 minutes long for a movie that already makes 0 sense.
I know that's long. So, but I'm curious. I might do that for Movie World. That sounds interesting. Sometimes when I get these re-released, my Godfather 3 director's cut video got like 25,000 views over there and made it monetized. So
I really want to make a video about Southland Tales. I started writing one, but it's just it's such a complicated. I mean, am I going to talk about the entire prequel graphic novel series? I don't know. You kind of have to.
I do. If you know it and you love it, do it.
I don't know if I brought this up, but Southland Tales, the movie, is parts 4 through 6 of a 6-part series.
And there's a prequel series comic.
Yeah, you have to read the prequel comic.
Does it make sense without reading it?
It doesn't make sense regardless. No.
So you're telling me I'm going to watch?
You get to watch The Rock travel through time, and he waves to an Indian from a time-traveling roller coaster.
And he's drawn like
That's
The Rock,
cool.
like The Rock gave permission for his likeness to be in the comics?
Yeah. I mean, it's a weird, kind of like sketchy art style, but it's The Rock, it's Sarah Michelle Gellar, it's Justin Timberlake with a giant weird scar on his face.
So if I watch the movie, you're telling me I'm going to sit there for two and a half hours potentially, and it's not going to make sense to me.
I remember watching it and just feeling like I was confused.
It is a all right. Do you know the Book of Revelations in the Bible?
I mean, I know of it, but
okay.
Is that like the frogs and stuff?
You know how that book doesn't make any sense?
No. Which one's the Book of Revelation? No, that's not the frogs and stuff. That's that's something else.
It's the four horsemen and the whore of Babylon and the end of the world and the seventh seal. Southland Tales is a postmodern retelling of the Book of Revelation set in Venice Beach, California in the aftermath of World War III. So it makes about as much sense as reading the Bible.
All right. And then people are telling me I should watch the thick Cans cut. All right. So he's still working on the film. So wait, he released this and he's still working on another one?
Well, he says it's unfinished.
Oh my God.
He says, well, he can't finish it because he's not going to get The Rock back to film additional scenes for Southland Tales.
Sure.
But as is, I don't know, man. I enjoy it. Some people watch it and they go, Vito, why'd you tell me to watch that stupid movie? I'm like, dude, if you appreciate the idea of taking a studio's money and throwing it out, just setting it on fire, like, you're going to love it. Just the brass balls on this gentleman that he was like, I have a vision. It makes no sense. And John Lovitz is going to be in it.
Oh, really? Now you didn't tell me that.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell. Oh, so Richard Kelly, director of the movie, for some reason was just hanging out in LA and made friends with all these like SNL and like Mad TV comedians. So like Will Sasso plays a gangster.
I love Will. I
John
worked with
Lovitz
Will. I worked with him. He's
cop.
awesome.
Sherry O'Terry plays a revolutionary communist. Amy Poehler also plays a revolutionary communist. Kevin Smith is an army general. Janine Garofalo is another army general. Like, he just put all these people in the movie who are just his buddies and made them play roles that they are not suited for at all.
Wow.
Wallace Shawn basically plays Elon Musk, except he's like an insane wizard who's invented wireless electricity. You know Wallace Shawn.
Yeah, from Princess Bride, of course.
Yeah.
The voice of...
Would you like to watch that guy have
Rex
his,
on Toy Story?
Yeah, and in this movie, he plays an insane wizard who, has a giant communist blimp that gets blown up by a rocket launcher from a floating ice cream truck as two Jesuses open a portal to the fifth dimension. Too many spoilers.
Do you have memberships? You should just do a drunken watch party with everybody.
I really should. I should set up some sort of membership thing. I'm very bad at managing all this. I do have some new videos coming out. I'm working with some editors now who are helping me edit stuff quicker. And I have started writing my script for what will ultimately be The Force Awakens, a complete cinematic failure, which people have been asking me to make, so let's make it happen.
Wow, you finish out the trilogy.
I'm going to do the whole trilogy.
Holy moly. And there it is. The limited edition Southland Tales is for sale. Not sponsored by Vito, just out of his love of it.
No, I'm just obsessed with this movie.
$20 Blu-ray is right there. There you go. Mm-hmm. Or I guess I can just rent it for $2.99, or I can get the original cut for $5. I mean, I'd much rather just get that one.
Mandy Moore is in the movie. You love Mandy Moore, right?
Oh my God, book one. Yeah, wow, this was a whole... Yeah. I didn't realize this went so deep.
Dude, Southland Tales, man, I believe that this movie... I mean, I'm going to say this. It's not a good movie, but I believe that it is... It has some ideas that are real good. You're like, man, if this was made well, like this whole... It's like a whole... Post-Patriot Act, the government has cracked down on information. The communists are trying to overthrow the government. Mandy Moore or Sarah Michelle Gellar is a porn star with a reality show.
Oh, well, now you didn't, dude. I mean, I had such a crush on her back in the day. I literally.
Oh, she's like great in this.
College years, I had a whole Buffy collage in my. It was kind of pathetic. But yeah, well, Buffy was like my number one back then. So yeah, now Buffy as a porn star in her prime, sold.
Who's the guy with the beard? Is
that Helen Mirren? Is that Helen Mirren? Who's that?
Is that the lady from
no?
Where that you have your thing on?
Yeah, I think
the lady from Poltergeist is in it.
Oh yeah, that's
in the middle there.
Who's the guy with the beard here?
That's Kevin Smith.
Oh my God.
To the left of him, that's Sherry O'Terry.
That's Sherry O'Terry. Oh, that's Sherry O'Terry. Oh my God, I thought it was. Yeah, wow, it doesn't look like her.
There's Bai Ling. I don't know who the lady is. Justin Timberlake is there with a big scar on his face.
And then, wow, okay.
I think that's Mandy Moore to the right, and then Wallace Shawn there on the end.
Yeah. All right. Wow. All right. You sold. I'm gonna figure out a way to watch this at some point.
I don't know why they don't have John Lovitz on there. He's great. He's great in the film.
Did he get canceled or something?
If you ever want to see John Lovitz just not be funny at all and instead just really scary, this is the only movie I think you're ever going to get that. You get a very scary, deadpan John Lovitz. He doesn't smile at all. He's just an evil, murderous cop. It's wonderful.
Well, good plug, man, as you go. Vito, my man, thank you for the plug. I will check it out. When you're done, send it to me, or I'll just find a way to download it or something.
Sounds good.
But good to see you guys. Go plug Vito's channel one more time. Here it is. Go support Vito. Did we get go subscribe there? He's got 207,000 subscribers. I mean, come on. But yeah, you don't post enough, so yeah.
I could have more. Those are all streams, which is why my views on them are bad.
Oh, got it. Yeah, it is weird how that works.
See, when I actually make a video, I get some views.
Yeah, no, you're doing good. This was just you did a 3-hour stream of why she, because it's I see.
Yeah, right before I came on here.
Oh yeah, good for you, man. Well, happy to come back sometime. Vito's show is really funny. He invites you on, and then he literally just plays video games while your voice is there, and you can't see them or engage because he's distracted with 10 other things going on. So if you like that sort of thing, go watch the Vito show.
I've changed the format a little bit, but it's still good. It's good.
Is this the one we were on? Is this the one I was on? The Snyder Cut?
Yeah, that's the one you're on.
Oh, 10,000 views. Look at that. Yeah.
Dude, it takes no amount of mental ability to play Minecraft while talking to somebody.
All right. Hey, whatever works. I'm sure some guests will eventually just be annoyed and not tell you. So just be aware. I just always say it.
Sounds good.
Have a good one, Vito. Good to see you.
Bye.
All right, Don, my man. This has been fun. What do you think?
No, I had fun, and I'm happy to see that you got there, my man.
I did the math. I was like, oh crap, YouTube takes 30% of all those super chats. So the actual math, it's fine. That is so 30%. That means we had 290. Yeah, it means it's $127.50. That but then we made another 50. So yeah, it's like another $75. To be officially, but it is what it is. I'm not complaining, but it kind of sucks. YouTube sucks that way. Yeah, Don. So, to anything else you want to mention or plug?
No, same thing as usual. Like if you guys want to check me out, you can find me on Nerd Tots. I got a review show that I do. I got our D&D, and we do a little bit of video game streaming on our side. We got some projects that we're going to be working on. We just waiting until like the beginning part of the year finishes. But other than that,
I love this thumbnail. That is a thumbnail.
Just throw my face on like those animes I watch. That's actually a very cute film to watch.
Reviews. So here's a tip for you. Ready? Yep. Put the movie first.
Okay.
So put the movie first, and then do review, and then you can do a Donatron episode 18. But you're not helping your algorithm or your search. Tips to everybody. You're not helping your search if you put the most important keywords at the end of your video. And then you also want to do a whole paragraph. I'm told descriptions are actually more important nowadays than keywords. So you actually do want to write something that doesn't feel like it's just pasting keywords, but bad English it doesn't just write whatever you got to write to get the keywords in there, because that'll help it actually get the algorithm right. That's my tip for you. And so, guys, if you haven't already subscribed to Don, Don's the best and nicest dude. Go get some more views. If you like anime and other stuff, we keep talking about it, but I want to do something with you. So let me know what's the best way so we can really plug a video at the end and send them like Andy's first anime. It should put that on your channel, and I'll do a big or us talking about it, and then or something. We'll do a twofer to get some people to go subscribe as you get. But I think it'd be smart get a little bit more of the content and stuff going before we send a big plug that way. So hopefully they see and subscribe.
No, I agree, and I have gotten some suggestions of some movies to maybe push with you to watch at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're down, I'm happy to do it. I think it'd be fun because a lot of people I think want to see me. Will I watch it? Will it be annoying? But in the meanwhile, go show it if you haven't already. Go show Nerd Tot some love. And oh my God, dude, Quintar stepped up tonight. I don't know why it didn't come. It's gonna come in a second, but I guess he heard me complaining about the YouTube cut, so he just he did it. But yeah, Quintar, we got to get you the Cash App if you want to keep dropping this money. Man, God, Quintar, hit me up on the Soch. We'll get you in on a stream or whatever. But yeah, we got to get you on the Cash App. Or the Streamlabs link, so that way it all goes straight to and not to YouTube's stuff. But he just dropped another 50, so man, thank you. That helps. get us even over more the hump. And love it, man. This is amazing. Quintar, you are a rock star. Throw that in the air. Some Popcorn Planet, some love. Melvin, Victor, Quintar, you got the trio out of nowhere tonight because I haven't seen you thank you. I'm paying attention. You guys are pure love, support, amazing positivity. Thank you for coming out of the lurking and stepping up tonight. You guys are amazing, and I really, really, really. Guys, I'm telling you, it's a struggle sometimes because I'm at that point where I know I'm very lucky at a point where I'm making enough that I can do it full time and like keep doing it. But I'm like, it's just I got to do everything myself. I can't afford to hire help. It's a tear. And then I got my family. You got to do that. Make sure you're doing that too. But it's a struggle. So and there's at points, I think every person who's creator, like, what I can't keep doing it. It's stressful. Oh my God, am I gonna be able to do it? So when you guys step up like this to help me, when I was like, I got to get this investment, I thought, you know what? Let's ask the fans. I'm so glad I did, because you will tremendously help me be able to upgrade this to even better. So thank you, guys. It means the world. The support, anybody you watch, who you support, do it. Always drop a couple bucks. Treat it like, for real. Treat it like a comedy club. If you're sitting there, write it down. That's a good way to think about it. If you're sitting there for 3 hours, you'd at least have to buy a drink or an appetizer. So making sure you at least drop $5 every time you're on a stream that you enjoyed for several hours. $5-10 isn't really that much of a big deal in the world of things, to be able to have sort of the engagement. You can't do it every stream. I get it, but I try to do it too. And I see people on there. I'm trying to spread the love and at least throw a couple bucks here and there when you can, because it helps. It adds up. But I haven't thought of that before. Think of it like a 2-drink minimum.
Oh yeah, no. Like I've been to before this whole thing happened. Like I used to go to the comedy club down here in Ybor, and it definitely, that was the thing. Like you get your tickets, you go in, and like you have to spend. So it's the same thing. You can go someplace to get entertainment. Hell, if you go to a theater, it's not a requirement there, but you can't watch a show without some popcorn.
There we are.
Drink.
Well, look at this. Speaking of 2-drink minimum, look who he was like, I got to get all this right. I got to get the graphic up there. Look at this. How did you get the graphic on your screen? Look at this hustle, Adon.
Actually, he's got his graphic hooked up on there.
Look,
I'm impressed about that, man.
What is this?
I'm in my studio, man. Y'all were dogging my setup before. I had to upgrade my my situation.
Holy crap! No joke. Yeah. So that's the setup for this, or is that like, do you do this for a living too? Can you hear me? Did I lose you?
No, I hear you.
Clint went silent. Clint, can you hear us? Hello?
Hello. How's it going?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I'm hearing a whole bunch of crazy stuff in here.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry, maybe muted.
We were praising your studio.
I was asking a question about the studio, and then we lost your audio. I didn't know what was going on. While he's figuring that out, grade the consent. Thank you again for that super chat, as well as A-Train. You to GOAT. See, he was hating, and now he's loving. You to GOAT, man. I'm glad we had that conversation. Now you and me, we got that understanding, A-Train. I love it, Antonio. You and I together, let's keep changing minds and being cool to each other. I appreciate that. When you see someone else in the chat doing what you did, help them slow the roll. But back to Clint, my man. Clint dropped 50 bones tonight to promote and support. Good on you, man. The hustle. Can you hear me now? Because I was looking. That's a legit. Looks like you're in like some sort of like broadcast switching studio.
I am. It's a green screen setup.
Oh, it's a fake one. I bought it. I totally bought it. Good for you, man. Tricked us. So tell us some more about the Black Shirt podcast, man. You stepped up tonight. So did you, be honest, are you actually a supporter, fan, watch this? Or are you like, you know what? I really want to try and get my show plugged, because a lot of people do that too. And no shame to the hustle, but tell us a little bit about your background. What brought you here? Are you You're listening on YouTube, I think. Did you turn off the YouTube feed and only listening on Zoom?
I am, dude. I'm hearing everything on a loop, and it sounds crazy in here.
Turn off YouTube.
Turn off YouTube or mute it. Either or.
Shut off the YouTube audio, and then keep only the Zoom going. Because you probably have the YouTube open. That's why I was like, "What's going on?"
There we go. That's what happened. I was
there.
Getting
it is. Yeah,
crazy
now you're
loop. That was crazy. All right, cool.
Now you can
Here
focus.
We are. Sorry, guys.
So tell us about yourself, man. Are you actually a fan? Have you watched? Or are you trying to promote the show? Either way, no judgment. But tell us where you came from.
No, I watch the show. I live in Austin, Texas, and me and my buddy, we do a podcast every Tuesday. We do a live stream. It's an hour long. Occasionally, I'll see something like people trying to cast Robert Downey Jr. as Thrawn, and I throw a tantrum and I'll make a quick video or something. But normally, it's a live stream.
Okay.
So
Cool.
and you're one of my guys I listen to. I get out of work and I always jump on YouTube and I bartend to my day gig, but I'll jump on YouTube and check out all the good stuff on YouTube. And you're one of my guys I check out. So.
Well, I appreciate that, man. So, all right,
man.
It's the Black Shirt podcast. I was trying to knock. I was just trying to give some feedback. You're doing some good stuff, though. Good for you, man.
I appreciate it. I heard the crackles the other day, so when I saw that, I was like, dude, I got to help this guy out. I'm glad to help out.
Because that's the one thing I can broadcasting all that stuff, but the technical side, I've always had people help me. So now I'm like, I have to do it all, and it's fun to do it all, but I'm not a PC guy. Like PC tech, that's like not. I've always been an Apple guy, and the PC stuff I never got into. But so yeah, any help there was great. But I've realized now that everyone's like, dude, your computer's okay, but what the hell, man? If this is your job, invest and get a better computer. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. But then everyone's like, if you really want to do it, you should get this. And I'm like, all right, let me see if the fans can help. So thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody
dude,
who gave.
I'm glad to help out, man. Thanks for the plug and thanks for the subscribers. I appreciate it, man.
How many did we get him? Let's see. He's at 42. Did we get him to 50? I was trying to get him to 50. It's a nice little boost, right?
There you go.
There it is. 50.
Right on.
Bam! We're already at 50. Keep it coming, guys. Give Clint a shot. Look, man. I appreciate hustle. I see there's a hustle here, and Clint's channel is clearly he's doing his thing. So keep it up, and let's keep in touch. As you grow, I love helping the underdogs get what they are because that's what we got to do.
I appreciate it, brother. Thanks, man.
So anything? Let's real quick. Who you want the guy? Because I don't know who. You're against Robert Downey Jr. playing Thrawn.
Yeah, it's too distracting to watch that. It's like you try to watch that, you cannot not think of Robert Downey Jr. He's just not the right guy. Period.
Did you see our chat when I was making fun of Thrawn and trying to cast Robert Downey Jr. by chance?
No, I didn't see that one.
Because I don't know, full disclosure, I don't know Rebels and all that stuff. But I watched some clips when Lunga was saying, no, this guy's the best. And I don't know, Thrawn just feels like he's a very serious guy who just is sinister in his seriousness and patience.
He's great in the books. Also, he's brilliant. He's a brilliant character.
Is there more to the character than just that? There's something better?
Yeah, he plays chess 10 moves ahead of anybody, and he's actually not really a bad guy in the books. It's like he does the smart thing, not the right thing, but he's not bad. He's doing this anyway.
But it feels like he's got like a Gus Fring, like a Gus Fring vibe from like Breaking Bad. Is that what it is? Just a very smart, low key chess player.
He's very much like Magnus, the character that the actor plays. It's the same thing. He thinks he's smarter than everyone, pretty much. So.
Yeah, everyone keeps telling me to watch it. I haven't gotten to it. Real quick though, thank you, Nathan Taylor. Good luck on the upgrade, Andy. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate it. Thank all of you for doing it. It's for you. I'm putting the money there because I want to make sure we get this upgrade better, so you guys can see it all. Yeah. So Matt, all right. So do you think? Are you good at debates? Should we try and get you on with a show someday? Should we really promote you good?
I would love to be on, man. Me and my co-host who's not here with me, Dirk Gage. He's hilarious and pretty brilliant and pretty knowledgeable too. So
wow,
I think,
that's a hype, man. No pressure.
Yeah, man. Either one of us would be, or both would be fun, man. We'd love to pop in there.
All right. Well, maybe on another stream, one of these, we can test your knowledge if he's available. We'll see how it is.
Fantastic. He's the smart guy. I just look good on camera. They're like, we need somebody exotic, so they got me, and then we got
so you weren't offended when I was being when I said you looked exotic. that helps in this world of YouTube. There's a lot of bearded white guys like me in the world. I think people are just bored. It's nice to have somebody else to look at. He's blushing.
No, I'm laughing. This lady the other day said, "Are you Italian?" And I said, "Ma'am, we're an Italian restaurant. It doesn't mean I'm Italian." Come on.
That's pretty bad.
It's pretty funny.
The Italian restaurant. Well, anything else you want to add while you're on the air, man?
No, man. Tune in Tuesday, Black Shirt Podcast, and we'll be doing a live stream off of Facebook, and we'll post the episode the next day on YouTube. And be sure to listen to future Popcorn Planet stuff because the audio and video is going to look pristine. It's going to be amazing.
I love it. So yeah, if you have advice and help me, hit me up. Are you following me on Twitter? Hit me up on Twitter is always the best way to reach out.
Absolutely, man.
If you have thoughts,
I'll talk to you. I'm an audio engineer, so I'm.
Oh, please! I had another one who helped me today. Who helped to deduce it wasn't my mixer. It's not my mic. It's the computer. And so that it was all sort of as we get the better computer, I realized I got it because I got a decent It's like a Yamaha. It's a Yamaha MG XU 12.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "No, that's good. It shouldn't, and it's new. It shouldn't be that." So anyway, we'll figure it out. It's not clicking today, thankfully. But
I had a bad FireWire cable the other day, and it was making the same sound, and I had to just replug everything, and it worked. And then just now trying to get it together to talk to you, my normal mic was not working. I still don't know what's going on. So I just grabbed Dirk's mic, and that's what I've been talking on. So I mean, that stuff happens, but I'm glad.
And I have another audio guy. I'm curious your thoughts before we wrap things up, guys. But I was going to get a better one. He's like, "No, dude, your mic's not bad." He's like, "You're going to spend a fortune, but I have this. It's an Audio Technica. It seems like it wasn't that expensive, but it's he's like, dude,
those things are great.
It is
that
a
one's
solid.
got the USB and a XLR on the bottom, right?
Yeah, it's the audio ATR 21000 USB, and it's but the key he taught me is like, don't do this. Don't talk into it. You talk like this, so it catches you better. And then with the wind, it's anyway.
If you talk across it, it's better. If you talk directly into it, you're gonna get pops and stuff. But no, your mic always sounds good. I've never had a complaint.
It's just the levels and I have some feedbacks, and once I get a faster processor and RAM, it's all gonna be better. So stay tuned. But man, thank you, Clint. Good to meet you. Happy to let's keep connecting.
It's great to meet you.
I'm not just because you paid me. I'm more impressed with the hustle. I always like when I can see people out there trying to get out there. So keep doing what you're doing, man.
Thanks, man. You too.
Go subscribe to the Black Shirt Podcast. Good to see you. We'll have him back. I like that. He seems like a nice guy. Noah Don, right?
No, he does. He does. And like you said, he's got that hustle. Gotta respect it.
I should have done it with him. All right, real quick. We're going to do just somebody asked with the Don's trivia game. I saw people ask it. Here we go. And this is really for the audience, but let's see if a Don can get them, okay? Real quick. Last four, and then we'll wrap things up. And I think I got everybody. Thank you, Nathan, everybody else who gave tonight. So many of you. DeGoat. Mike Myers played Austin Powers. Who played his nemesis? Dr. Evil.
That was Mike Myers.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty easy. If you didn't get that, you should get the hell out of here.
Say, everybody in the chat should have been on that.
Oh, my God, these are easy. Sorry, but these are the four I picked. Who plays Lex Luthor to Christopher Reeve's Superman? Mumbles, is he here?
Oh, yeah, like Gene Hackman.
There it is.
It's like,
Gene Hackman.
You got to do that whole tribute video.
Mumbles and everybody. I don't even think they're watching tonight, and they missed the Gene Hackman trivia question. They're gonna be mad.
Oh,
when Martin Scorsese thriller. What Martin Scorsese thriller cast Leonardo DiCaprio as a 1950s federal marshal, Teddy Daniels?
Oh wait, Leonardo Teddy Daniels. It's why am I forgetting this one now? This is the one that they're gonna probably chew me out for forgetting.
Chat? What is it? Chat? The chat ended. Mike Myers. It's really slow. It's really slow.
Well, okay.
Myers.
I know the chat.
Shutter Island. There we go. Pragmatic. Pragmagic.
I love that movie too.
There it is. All right, here we go. This was classic. Who starred in Hitchcock's Rear Window, Vertigo, Rope, and The Man Who Knew Too Much?
I will honestly say I don't know that answer. I have not watched any Hitchcock.
Oh, I'm disappointed in you. I
have lost all my movie cred with that.
Fun story. I met this guy.
Really?
I have his autograph. I think my parents still have it. I should get it as the movie guy. But Jimmy Stewart. Is the answer.
Oh. Okay.
Yep. Legend. Why did I lose? Did I put it away?
Did you really lose it, or?
I put it down, and now it's not there.
So you secured it so well, now you can't find it.
Yeah. I don't know what I was doing. Oh well, I lost that card. I lost it. Oh well, it'll pop up someday. Or did it fall on the floor? No. Anyway, I'll find it later. There you go. Got some trivia in for the last minute. Jimmy Stewart. There it is. Jimmy Stewart. So Jimmy Stewart was when I was younger. My parents had some wealth when I was very little and then lost it all. Not all of it, but we weren't. It wasn't the same. But when they did before everything out, I was very lucky in that we went to Africa, like to do like safari. It was something my dad always wanted to do, so he took us to do it. I was 7, and I remembered. It was amazing. But we stayed at this resort in Kenya where Jimmy Stewart was like living and stuff, and staying in the hotel. And we knew, and then so one day we went up, and I didn't know who the hell he was. I was 7 years old, but everyone was like, oh my God, it's Jimmy. He was very older, but oh my God. And so they're like, here, gave me the pen. They're like, go ask for his autograph. Just go do it. And I was like, all right. Hey, sir, can I have your? I'm a big fan of my autograph. He's like, oh, he did I can't do it, Jimmy Stewart, but everyone knows It's a Wonderful Life is Jimmy Stewart. And so he did it. Gave me the autograph. They took the picture of me getting it. And it was awesome. He's a legend, man. So to say I got to meet and got Jimmy Stewart's autograph, that's one I'm very proud of. So it's a cool story because I didn't know it then, but my parents knew it then, and I'm becoming a movie fan. And he's such a good actor. I mean, oh my God, so many amazing movies that he's done. But yeah, that's my Jimmy Stewart story. Nice. Good one to end on. Don, always love having you. Thank you for always being there, hanging out as things get crazy. And sorry you don't ever get to talk as much. One of these streams will get you in more. But yeah, stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to Nerd Tots. There it is. One more time. Go plug. I'm gonna head over. You're welcome to. Gonna head over to help Lewis for a little bit as this processes. Such a great stream. My God, thank you to everybody again. I gotta thank. I'm so glad I took notes this time. Victor. Oh my God, they're all here still. I can click them all. Victor, Quintar. Quintar really stepped up. It was Victor, and then it was Marcus. And I know I'm missing one. Hold on, I want to make my big donors. It was who was? Sorry, I'm so bad with names, guys.
David was a big donor.
It was
Quintar, definitely a big donor.
Quintar,
Victor.
and there's one more big one that did a big one. Marcus, David. Was it? Oh, I have it here. Sorry, it was through the. Melvin, thank you, Melvin the Magnificent. How did I forget Melvin the Magnificent? Victor, Quintar, Marcus, always Marcus, Stefania, David, March. You guys all stepped up to like crazy, and so many more of you in the super chats tonight. Myra, everybody, Black Shirt Podcast, all of you, so many people. Antonio, thank you everybody who tuned in tonight. This was a wonderful stream. Had so much fun with you guys. Almost didn't even do it tonight, so I'm so glad we did. So thank you guys for being here. It means the world. Stay tuned. We got lots more coming. We'll be here next week, and I'll have some videos dropping throughout the weekend. But thank you guys so much for stepping up. Some of these week months get tough, and to know I need to do an upgrade while it's tough, you guys just made such a massive difference for me to make a big investment. So stay tuned. Lots more coming, and hit that membership if you haven't already. I saw some of you who are giving the big donations, you aren't members. If you can slide that in too right now real quick, hit the join. I'm going to have a lot more member stuff coming, especially once I get the new gear, so you're not going to miss it. So do that, and I hope I'm still going to do it next week. The Roast of Andy. I'm going to try and get a few more guests to prepare if I can pull it together. If not, maybe I'll delay it for later since we did this, but stay tuned. Hope to have that pulled off. Thank you, Don. Thank you, everybody else who came in. Have a good one, everybody. Let me get you the link to Nerd Report before we go. Nerd Report. He's going to be doing Watch Party. In the meanwhile, I'll go hang with them because we're just going to nerd out like we do on the Nerd Report. And
the reason I love using StreamYard, well, that's easy.
What?
I can make.
Who is this guy with his
That
beard?
Is a bearded. Oh no, that's a
beard. There they are. What should we say?
Where's my money?
Where's my money? Where's Andy's money? Where's Andy's money? There it is. Ask Lewis, where's my money?
I'm gonna see nothing but like Stewie gifts come up on there. Like, where's my money?
There it is. Where's my money? What are we gonna say? Where's my money? Where's my money? Yes, Victor became a member, became a Planeteer.
Nice.
Melvin already is. Quintar, I don't know if you were, but I highly recommend if you guys are supporters of that level, step up and make sure you are members. I can't tell Quintar because you didn't chat, so it doesn't tell me. It just shows me your donation. You may already be. But thank you for doing it. So amazing, guys. Oh, you can member up anytime you want. But that way you get to get more content. But where's my money? Go on over to Nerd Report. I'm going to join that too. And come on by. Let's go have some more fun. Thanks, everybody. Stay tuned for more here on Popcorn.